Dum, 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 dum.
All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Lenny. How you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, everyone. All good here. All good. Looking forward to another day of price action reading, another day of trading.
Yep,
How are you
absolutely,
doing?
man.
You're
Same
back
here.
here. You're
Yeah,
back, right?
back.
Had a
Yeah,
good trip.
back. Had a great trip, man. It was an awesome weekend. Had a really, really good time and crazy travels yesterday. Newark is just awful. Like I'm gonna start looking at other airports to travel out of, but. Other than that, man, it was an amazing weekend. Glad to be back in the seat here, but had a really great time. So yeah, everybody, welcome. Happy Tuesday. We got a lot happening today, hopefully, as far as trading, and we'll see what's in deck for us today. As far as our gappers list this morning, here's what we got going on. A couple of things in the green, some in the red. Usual stuff in the red. Mara, usual suspect, PLTR, gapping down here. So we got a pretty couple of good names so far on the gap down, looks like. And we'll see what's driving us. Looking forward to seeing all the action. HIMS continues to be on our list. HIMS again on there. So
Earnings.
also,
Him
we'll
reported
see what's
earnings
going on
yesterday after
there.
the market close.
Yeah, I know you like that one. I know you traded a couple of times and did well. So looking forward to that one. All right, friends, before we get to all of that, let's take a look at our only one thing on our US economic calendar, Lenny, for today.
Yeah, the US trade deficit. It was slightly higher than expected. It was 140 billion instead of the expected 137 billion. So the trade deficit was a little bit higher than expected. However, that could also be caused by, of course, market buying a little bit extra, importing a little bit extra in March in anticipation of the tariff war. So that could be, but the trade deficit a little bit slightly higher than expected. But I don't see like a clear market response to it, so I'm not too worried about it with regard to our
Gotcha.
trading today.
Yep. Yeah, same here. I don't know how much this is going to move the market. If we take a look at it right now, here's the overall SPY. We're not getting a big reaction right now, so we'll give it a couple of minutes, see how that news settles in. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's take a look at our gappers list this morning, see what's driving this thing today. So first one on the gapping up list, WRD. So WRD, if we take a look here, we are up 13%, 2.5 million shares traded. Daily definitely looks interesting. Float on this one is 153 million, so not a low float. Lower price stock has been acting like a low flow though. Back in February, you could see the huge couple of spikes you got here. So pretty active, and it looks like we must have watched it at some point because I got some levels here going back around that area. Obviously, this would have hit our gappers list. Today they're doing something at 2.5 up 13%. Lenny, any news driving this thing north this morning?
I don't know if there's any news, but this has to do with self-driving cars technology. I see also Pony is also on the watch list. WRD is WeRide. I could check a little bit if there's news, but it seems to be that multiple of these stocks are gapping up, right? Because Pony is also gapping up. So let me quickly see what is the news in WRD.
Yep.
Yes. WeRide. So this is WeRide, and Uber expands strategic partnership to bring autonomous vehicles to
Okay.
50 more cities. However, that news was already came out. It came out yesterday after market close, 5 p.m. So it's like an expanding of the strategic partnership between Uber and WRD. So let's take a look at how Uber actually responding today. Okay, today it's not doing anything special, Uber. But yes, so it has to do with electrical autonomous driving, autonomous taxis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's a big thing. Obviously, is a lot of companies battling for that autonomous driving vehicle or robo taxis or whatever the case may be. I'm not excited about this one, to be honest. Though it is up 13%, 2.5 million shares traded. I do want to watch it because I think this headline obviously can get things going. How well it's going to trade, I'm not sure. I don't think I ever watched this ticker trade in the past. So I'll put it on here. Let's put it on our secondary list for now, guys. We can always come back and readjust that. But secondary for now, and we'll see if how it trades, and if we can move it up, we will. But WRD in our secondary list. Nice name, WeRide. That's a great company name, WeRide.
True.
Man, that sounds like I'm hanging out with the boys. All right, let's see what else is on here, guys. On our gappers list, next we have SEDG. You can get this gappers list over at tradingterminal.com, friends. So you can go on there, get this completely for free, available to you. Just click on the left-hand side. You're going to see a menu that comes up. Click on scanners. You're going to get this list here, plus some other scanners that become active when the market is open. Right now, pre-market gappers list is the one we're looking at. SEDG this morning, SolarEdge technology. I've seen them plenty of times in the past. Never traded them, never put them on the list. I always find something better to trade, to look at. I don't think today's going to be any different. Lenny, give me your thoughts on this one and what you think about it.
Yeah, so they reported earnings this morning. It's a solar company indeed. On the daily chart, I see a gap up from a range, right? That could be something, but I never traded it, and I don't think it's a very high liquid name. Pre-market, just we see a spike up and the price actually moving sideways, right? So that's not really clean volatility, right? Where the price action is really trending up or trending down. So yeah, I think I'll avoid it on my watch list because I don't know, I never traded it. Might be a low liquid name. And I think there are also going to be plenty of other stocks on our watch list.
Yeah, I agreed. Yeah, I'm gonna skip it. If somebody likes it, put it on the list and let us know. But for now, I'm gonna keep it off. All right, here's the next one, Pony. This is Pony AI. Pony AI, PONY. Pony AI this morning, they're up 8%, 1.5 million shares traded. Hard to borrow. The float on this thing is 274 million. Why they don't have shares for short makes no sense to me. We should have plenty so we could short the heck out of it down if that's what's going to happen. But I don't know. I know you guys been watching it a couple of days here. It's been in play. Obviously, the day looks very active. You can see that here. Am I going to keep it on the list today? I'm not sure, man. I don't like the fact that we can't short it. Let's put it on a secondary, Lenny. That's what I'm thinking. Put it in a secondary. We'll come back and see how this looks a little bit later. But I'm not a big fan. You?
Yeah, no, I also never traded it. It was I noticed it a couple of times 2 weeks ago. So we had this this sell-off basically March and April. Then on the daily chart, we can really see some strong price action, price waking up at more or less 24th, 25th of April. On the daily chart, I believe there was perhaps some opening setups over there these days, but afterward, last couple of days, price action has been in a range. So that's not the bad. I always like to trade stock with a clear gap up or gap down. But price action is now trading in the last couple of days, right? So there's buying pressure from the bottom, selling pressure from the top on the daily chart. It's also has to do with robotaxis, autonomous vehicles, and also their news is that they announced a partnership with Uber. So Uber is working hard in their progress. I believe the partnership has to do with them in the Middle East and also attracting Chinese electrical car manufacturers in the Middle East. So that's about Pony. I don't think I will put it on my watch list today.
Yeah. Gonna throw on the secondary. I do like the daily. There's some big moves here. I mean, it started, late April. You can see a lot of movement here. Let's see how it goes. But the fact that we can short it might not live in our secondary list for long. Good morning. Yeah, Kevin, how was my flight? It was brutal, man. I had a scheduled departure at 2:50. Early in the game, they decided, hey, we're going to depart at 6:30. Got there at 6:30. They loaded us up on the plane. Was sitting in the plane for about 2 hours before Newark let us take off. So it was a long day. Got home around 12:40, 1 o'clock. So it was a long day, man. Once they put you in that plane, they just taxi you up and say, hey, we got to sit here. And they just kept giving us updates. It was brutal, but nevertheless, the fun I had over the weekend was worth all the troubles, both going and coming. Newark is just brutal. So the key is, if you're gonna fly to Newark, take the first flight out. It doesn't matter how early it is. Take the first flight out. I didn't do it because I wanted to not skip the pre-market show with you guys, right? So I wanted to trade in the morning over there, trade here before I left. So I took later flights. That's a no-no out of Newark. Got to get the 6 a.m. flight if you care about getting to where you want to get to on time. All right, let's where did I go? I was in Florida. I was in Florida for a couple of days. All right, let's see here. What else? I think that covers our gap. That covers our gap up, guys. Yeah. If we look at our gap up here, Lenny, we're good to go. Anything you like gapping up before I get to my gap down list, Lenny?
Well, there's actually your buddy, Baba. It gapped up. It gapped up from the last range of last couple of days. In the pre-market, it also looks like some volatility, like something has happened. So perhaps, yeah, I put Baba on definitely think on a B list. I want to see like how it trades. I'm not biggest fan of Baba personally last couple of months, but I think if you like Baba, if you look also on the daily chart, perhaps it could be something for you, Carlos.
Yeah, I actually do like this ticker quite a bit. I like the volume right now. I like the gap up. I do have to say though, it has not been trading as clean as I would like to see it. But I do like Baba. So maybe a secondary list for today. It is gapping up 1.7. It does have 2.1 million shares traded. But if you look at this daily, here's what's been happening, right? We've been getting the gap up and not a whole lot of movement. Same thing. This one looks a little bit cleaner yesterday. I didn't see how it ended up. But again, we're just not getting the big sell-offs that we're used to seeing out of Baba, or the big moves overall, right? It's been very small daily candles, which then translates to very small intraday action. Good morning, Melanie in chat, our good buddy there. So good to see you. Coffee, cheers. Yes. So yeah, Baba secondary, because it is one of my favorite Chinese tickers to look at. So on the secondary list today, and we'll see what it does. All right, so
There's one more.
secondary.
There's one more
Yeah.
stock on the gap up list.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stock I probably won't trade it. I think maybe 49 out of 50 times I won't be trading it because it's low liquid. But there's like a strong gap up, and also the post pre-market looking like it could break out. It's Upwork, UPWK. They have earnings and they're gapping up like 12%, and you see the post market strength and the pre-market being in a range. Probably I won't trade it. Probably not going to be liquid enough.
What's the ticker again, Lenny? Give me that ticker
Upwork.
again.
Sorry, Upwork. UPWK. Not. So,
Yeah.
yes, this one. So yeah, I just want to put it like on a B or on a C list. Most likely not going to trade it. Probably not going to be liquid enough. Not going to be trustworthy enough. And even if it has enough liquidity, it probably just forms an opening range and moving sideways. But still, I think like with such a nice gap up, earnings, strong post market, pre-market. Okay, actually, there's also no volume, 26K shares traded. Okay, I'm gonna put it like on a C minus list. But I think that was the last one for the gappers up.
Okay, gotcha, man. Take a look here at our gap down list this morning. We'll start with the first one, GPUS. I'm not sure what this is. Hyperscale data. Had a big day yesterday, going from about $3 all the way to about $9. Looks like the high. So second day play today, hard to borrow, sitting on the American Stock Exchange, which again, just a lot of red flags for me on this one. I don't like this. What's the float on it too? The float is 1.3 million shares flow. We'll leave that for Norm to trade. I'm not touching this. Leave the low flow king handle that. Lenny, do you like this one? What's your thoughts on it? I don't like it.
The name is, I think like yesterday, some people in the chat asked a few times about it, and I all now understand why, because it was really strong. Actually, also took a look at it yesterday, but yeah, below $10. So I don't like to trade stocks below $10. So it looks like yesterday had a huge day. It makes me actually interesting in understanding more about the company. Also, it's called Hyperscale Data. But no, for my watch list, no, I'm not gonna put it. I'm not gonna add it on my watch list.
Yeah, I don't like it. Careful with the second day play here, guys. It might not really get going too much. Let's just be mindful of that. All right, next on here is our good buddy PLTR. So PLTR, it is down 8.5 here, 7.4 million shares traded. I mean, just tons of action, beautiful pre-market activity as well. This is definitely going to go on my list. I'm going to throw it on here on our primary list. First one on deck this morning. Again, I love this stock. It trades very well. It can be very explosive. You get the volume. It can be a little bit difficult at first in the morning, like when you're trying to, get it to do something. It can be very choppy, but then it gives you these beautiful breakouts, right? So just got to be patient with PLTR. It'll give you the move, but that those first couple of morning hour and a half or so are tricky. Lenny, any individual news this morning?
Yeah, so they reported, the PLTR reported earnings yesterday after the market close. Yeah, they had the revenue beat. They had very high growth rate as well. They raised their full year outlook, but still, perhaps I think they hoped for a little bit of a slightly better beat. So they beat the revenue, but it wasn't that impressive, probably according to the market. And I think it's also important to note in PLTR that, like, PE wise, for the multiples, an extremely expensive stock. It's really a stock that focuses on growth, and the market expected really exponential growth in the future, and therefore it's very, very high priced. They're doing all kind of AI solutions, also in combination with defense, and yeah. So it's also very interesting to understand that it's really because it's so extremely expensive stock, PE wise. It's a very retail driven stock. Like, the institutions are not really investing in this point, at least like as far as I understood, because it's so extremely expensive. So the majority of the investors now are like retail, and it's really also like an online hyped, very hyped type of stock. But it seems to be that there was like a strong earnings, good beat, decent beat, revenue, EPS. But I think the market was still a little bit disappointed, right? Because if a stock is so expensive, it's also priced for perfection. And then, like, if it's not gonna be as perfect, then there could be a slightly pullback. That being said, I think I could be able to trade PLTR both sides, both long and short. I could definitely see another strong day. I could also see some pullback. I could also see some choppy price action, but definitely going to be prime on the watch list today, PLTR. I think we're going to see a lot of volume, a lot of volatility, and I'm looking forward already to see how the price action in PLTR will unfold.
Yeah, definitely. Like, this one will be on deck this morning for sure. All right, next on here, friends, we have HIMS. So HIMS looking pretty nice this morning as well. Down 7.6, 1.8 million shares traded. I know this one can be very active. The daily has been pretty active here as well. Len, you mentioned some news this morning on HIMS.
Yeah, so they also reported earnings yesterday. The earnings were actually good, but the good growth, etc. But the outlook was a little bit too conservative, I think. I think the market sees the outlook for expectation of this year a little bit too conservative. I think they hoped for a little bit of a better outlook, and I'm not sure what is the reason of it, but I think that's the reason why there's now there was some profit taking after on the daily chart, strong move up. We see a little bit of a pullback on the daily chart, and also in the pre-market, post-market. So let's see how it will evolve. How it will evolve today. I think I could still trade it to the long side. There's also some room to the short side. I think it's not the best day trading stock. It could give very good setups. I also traded it Friday, but it's not like every day it's gonna trade well. Today, of course, there's an excellent catalyst. So if there's a day where it should trade well, it should be today. But I think we always need to be careful, right? I personally, I won't be trading it for the 1 minute ORB. I would like to see definitely some confirmation of a couple of minutes before trading it to either side.
Yeah,
but HIMS going to be on the watch list.
Yeah, on this one, I'm thinking maybe secondary. So we'll put in a secondary on HIMS for now, and we'll see how it goes today. All right, heading back here, we got a bunch more on the gap down list. Today we have a Celsius. This is that drink, CELH. So Celsius Holdings, we are, it looks like we are getting a little bit of a nice drop here very early on, 6 a.m. It looks like we got is that earnings up late?
Yeah, that earnings, yes.
Earnings, okay. What's the latest and greatest?
Financial performance fell a little bit below expectations, both in revenue and EPS. And I think that's the reason why it sold off in the pre-market. Now it's also recovering a little bit. So actually we're very close to the previous day close again, which is more or less at 33.90. But yeah, the most important news that earnings and the financial performance fell a little bit below expectation, both revenue-wise and EPS-wise.
I don't know how well this one's going to trade. I'm going to keep it off my list. I'm not sure about this one. We'll keep it off the list for now and see what else we can find here. Next on the list is BP. three that I might not like as much is BP, F, and Mara. And again, just we'll run through these quickly, and then Lenny, I'll let you decide if you like any of these. BP, I don't like, guys. Offshore company, it doesn't trade very well, so we'll leave it at that. Ford, I know they put their guidance, they have some stuff going on here, but again, this is a brutal company. You barely get any moves. I mean, just look at this pre-market activity, and that's normally how they look throughout the day. So intraday action on this one is pretty bad. I'm not going to look at it. And then the other one is, I think the most important thing out of Ford, by the way, is just that they pull their guidance, right? Like every other company's doing, GM and anybody else that doesn't have probably great news. It's just going to pull their guidance, and they're going to blame tariffs for now, at least for the moment. That's their get out of jail card right now, right? Eventually, when tariff goes away, we'll see if the real deal, if they're doing good or bad. Here's Mara. Mara right now down 2.1. Again, I also don't like it. Doesn't look too hot for me. So all these three on the bottom here are going to be off my list. Lenny, out of those three that I read, any that you like or any news you want to share on them?
Yeah, first of all, BP is oil. It's indeed also offshore, but I don't like to trade BP. Same with Ford. I don't really like to trade it. Just doesn't trade well, not in the last couple of years. I remember like when I just started trading 5, 6 years ago, it was trading some days pretty okay. But ever since, I've never seen it trade well. They have earnings. Indeed, like the car manufacturers, they are pulling their guidance. They at least like what they share is that they're getting, they expect to get hit quite much by the tariffs. Ford, they announced that they expect that the tariffs will take at least 3 years. So they're definitely pulling back with their guidance. Yeah, Mara, I also don't really like to trade it. What I find interesting about Mara on the daily chart is the Bitcoin has held very, very resilient. But I think like, yeah, since December already, Mara has just been selling off actually for the last 5, 6 months. So yeah, that's what I noticed, that Mara is not really holding as good as that Bitcoin does, where Bitcoin shows the resilience, shows the buyers. Mara isn't doing the same thing. And yeah, today I also I don't see if they got a clear catalyst. I don't think so. No, I'm not gonna put it on watch. I don't really like the trade lately. Last half year, and also I don't see a lot of other reasons why to put it on. Don't see a catalyst. So that's about these stocks indeed. BP, Ford, and Mara. I'm not gonna adding to my watch list.
I don't like them. They'll be off my list as well. So that's, yeah, don't like them as much. That really completes our gap up and gap down, friends. I don't see anything else that I like. So again, we didn't come off with much. Just PLTR on the main list. Baba on the secondary list, which I like the most. And we got some other ones, WRD, Pony, Hims. But I'm going to fine tune that list. I don't think that's all going to stay there. I just put them on there to go back and review and see if there's going to be any opportunities for us there. Lenny, as far as gapping down, is there anything that is gapping down that you might like this morning?
Yeah, there's another earnings. I think the pre-market is very, very erratic actually because it moved up and then moved down. D-Dog, Datadog, they reported earnings. I'm not
What's
too
their
familiar.
ticker? Is it
D-Dog,
D Dog? Okay, yep.
yeah, DDOG. So the pre-market had like a pretty nice daily range gap up, but then there was also a really ferocious sell-off in the pre-market happening. Now we're bouncing up. So if you look at the pre-market, it looks very, very erratic. But they got, yeah, like more than 700K shares traded. So I'm gonna put it on my B list, definitely not on my A list. But I'm gonna add the D-Dog to my B list just to see what's going to happen. And other stocks that might be looking weak, yeah, Tesla, they came again more disappointing sales from disappointing data from Europe from the sales. It really seems to be plummeting the sales of Tesla in Europe. I'm not sure if that's really going to be of a big influence on the stock of on the price action of Tesla today, because I think it's about like what expects the market of a company, what expect the market from things that are happening, right? And I think the market already expected disappointment coming from Europe. So from all the tech names, Tesla is actually the weakest, down minus, yeah, down down 1.8% now. So I'm gonna add Tesla to my watch list. 1.76 million shares traded, so there's definitely some liquidity. Also, I'm going to add Apple, right? We traded Apple yesterday, and if you look Apple on the daily chart, so it could be perhaps like a third day play, right? We reported earnings Thursday in the afternoon. Yesterday, the weakness continued, closing almost at the low yesterday, and today in the pre-market, we're trading below the post-market. of yesterday and also below the low of yesterday, right? So perhaps there could be some movement in Apple as well today. So I'm definitely adding Tesla and Apple.
Yeah,
If you look, especially the
yeah.
daily chart looks interesting. Yeah.
I do like Tesla is on the list, and Apple's daily. I mean, it looks interesting. Apple's always a good one as well. Right now, not much volume, but we'll throw that on deck also. So, all right, excellent. Thanks, Lenny. Let's take a look at what our team likes this morning. Let's look at our chat. Francis, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Steve. Let's see what tickers we have here, so we can take a look at what's going on here. Today, the market is going to be wait and see if the market continues down after yesterday's top. I anticipate chop and a little movement if there's no news since tomorrow is Fed day. I agree. I hope it's not too much chop, but I'm with you. That's the norm right there. I expect a lot of chop today. Hopefully not, man. But yeah, we've seen this many times. And the market's just kind of, let's wait for the news. Let's get that out of the way before we start making any moves. Outliers like PLTR might be some good ones, but for the most part, I think the Magnificent Seven are going to be tough. Let's see. Hopefully they prove us wrong, but I have the same idea of that's what's going to take place. All right, tickers, friends. What tickers you guys like this morning? HIMS we looked at. It's on my secondary. Might end up moving it up depending if I don't find anything else to fill up this primary list. Going through here, I don't see any tickets from you guys. PLTR's on deck, Hector. Yeah, I have that on there already. So that's the first one on the list. Looks good today. They are gapping down 8.1 tons of volume, 8.1 million shares traded as well. I mean, it's on fire. This will be a real good one today. All right, let's take a look over in our YouTube chat and see what we got going on here. What do you guys like this morning? Apple we looked at, so that's on the list as well. AMD, yes, AMD earnings tonight, so we'll see how AMD plays out later today. Right now, not doing much, pretty flat alongside the rest of their friends. NVIDIA, pretty flat as well. NVIDIA looks good today, though. It's down, not that flat. It's down actually 1.3. 2.8 million shares traded. We've seen way better volume on NVIDIA than that. But let's add it to the secondary. I might move this up if I don't find anything else that looks better. But I think NVIDIA actually might be a good one. But yeah, AMD, I'm not sure what's going to give you today. We got to wait for the market open to see how the price action is. But tonight we'll be live, 3:30 or 4:30. We'll be live for the AMD earnings report. We'll see how that plays out. With Jared and myself, Brian will be there, so join us for that right here on YouTube and then in the chat room as well. And then what we're going to do is I won't trade it this afternoon, but I will definitely have it on my list tomorrow, depending how that trades. But not seeing anything great right now, so I'll keep it off the list. And the great thing about this is that I know a lot of you guys like AMD, so you'll be watching it. So if you see something, say something. MSTR down 1.5, 247,000 shares traded. Similar to Mara, I don't see anything explosive. And MSTR, for me personally, I feel like if you're going to trade this, you better have like tons of volume. Like you need volume. That spread needs to be nice. Like everything's got to fall in line to trade this stock. It can be very difficult and very messy. And if you get caught in the wrong side of things, this can go against you very, very quickly. So risk management, it's a little bit tougher, but more importantly, it's the reading the price action. When you don't have a lot of volume and you have a pretty wide spread, reading the price action can be tough because you're not getting that nice fluid motion of the buyers and sellers fighting with each other and kind of leaving the footprint of what you think is possibly going to happen next, right? So if you don't have that, it's, for me, the way I trade is very tough. So won't have it on my list today. The Mr. Dedu, I won't have it on today. MAR, is that a ticker? It is, but no. We are not watching this one. This is I'm gonna get the truck here in a second, but this is Marriott. I don't think we ever traded Marriott, but there's nothing happening here, guys. 13,000 shares traded. Somebody made a mistake and traded this thing. They probably meant to trade ARM or something. I don't know, but they got into the wrong ticker. This is no. All right, let's stop right here. Let's head over to our community events and announcements, and then we'll come back and look at some more tickers, fine tune this list. Right now for me, PLTR, Apple, and Tesla on deck. I'll move NVIDIA up and BABA if we don't find anything else that looks great. Friends, you can always go to Trading Terminal. I'm sorry, you could do that too, tradingterminal.com, but you can always go to variabletraders.com. click on webinars, and you're going to get what is happening for the next 2 weeks. Today is Tuesday, and we'll show you what's going on for today.
One moment, Carlos. I need to open the website because I cannot see it.
Okay.
What's on the schedule today?
Yeah, while you do that, I'll go through some of this. We got strategy,
Yes.
today's strategy webinar. We got, let me know when you have it. Megan is on today. She'll be on at 6 p.m. And shout out to Megan for covering for me for the onboarding class last night. Once I got delayed for a couple of hours, I texted her, she jumped right on. She's like, man, I got you. Always helping me out, man. Megan, appreciate you. So shout out to her for doing that. Yeah, so she's on tonight at 8 p.m. And what else we got going on?
Yeah, indeed. So tonight we have Megan at 8 p.m. That's going to be the strategy webinar of this week, right? Every Tuesday we have a great webinar going really in depth in certain topics. Megan, it's her turn tonight, 8 p.m. So if you're interested, definitely be there. So that's, let me see, every Tuesday. I think I'm on the wrong website now.
No,
The wrong part of the website.
it's all good, man. You went to the competition. What website did you go to, Lenny?
Yeah, what I'm
just
like, you're
kidding,
like,
man.
what's happening?
I'm just getting on you a little bit. All right, it's all good, brother. Here it is. Phil is on today. Every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Phil is on small account options trade book. So make sure you attend that. And then after at 12 p.m. today, bookmap with our good buddy Nathan, who's hanging out with Thor over in Florida. They're up to something. I don't know what they're up to, but I'm paying attention. I'm looking at their Instagram. I'm looking at their X. What are they posting? What are they doing? I'm looking to see make sure I don't miss anything. And if they need me to go bail them out, I can do that. I'm not that far. If Nowhere can get me there on time, I don't know if that can possibly happen. But if you guys needed to get bailed out, let me know. I'm there for you. All right, friends, if you do want to join more of this action, you can do so. Here's some of the memberships we have. I highly recommend the intro membership for those that are on the fence, want to see what the inside of the community is like. Come in there, check out the environment, the chat room. Also, come hang out with me on the onboarding class that we do every Monday night at 8 p.m. If you cannot make that time, the recording is available as well. But come hang out with me and we can see what's about. Come with your questions. Come ready, right? Come with your questions ready. I'll answer them right after the webinar presentation that I do, and we'll get you going. Then you can pick from all these different type of packages that we have. Obviously, recommend the Elite Annual, which has a lot of the stuff you're going to want to have on here, and also the bootcamp. If you're interested in bootcamp, go to pcapitaltraining.com. We started bootcamp this yesterday, so very excited for that. A lot of people are ready to rock and roll. Lenny, myself, and some other moderators are there to help you out and get you started on your trading journey. So very excited to meet the team. Today's my meeting with them, with the team I have, and then we'll get things going. All right, excellent, friends. That is what we have. Lenny, let's get some levels set. Do you have any other tickers that have kind of made their way into your list that we should look at?
Yeah, wait, I'm gonna share my screen again. Yes, now we're back. You can see my screen. So basically, what's on my watch list, I have Nvidia and Tesla. They just both have the most liquidity, also from the magnificent 7 stocks. Nvidia trading with almost 3 million shares traded. Indeed, it's getting a little bit lower lately. Usually, like a few months ago, Nvidia at this time would have had like 5 million shares traded already, 6 million or even more. But now we're just at 3 million. So Nvidia volatility seems to be slowing down a little bit. But definitely still like 3 million shares traded. So Nvidia going to be on my watch list. Same with Tesla, 1.7 million shares traded. And they might even also have the catalyst, like the news from Europe, disappointing sales or like lowering sales. And there's Apple and AMD, right? Apple could be like a third day play, showed weakness yesterday, trading also below yesterday's range. AMD, they're going to report earnings later today. So I'm definitely curious to see how AMD will behave today. We got HIMS, PLTR, BABA as discussed as well. Perhaps I'm going to take a look at TSM as well. TSM showed the price action a little bit in Apple. Yesterday we saw the sell-off, right? The TSM was in the news, was in play last Friday because they might going to become a more important supplier for Apple. And yeah, it has been selling off a little bit and today as well. So perhaps who knows, we're gonna see, there's not too much volume right now, but who knows, we're gonna see some elevated volume in TSM today and some price action. Then there's DDoC, which shown erratic price action, but who knows? And basically that's it. That's on my watch list for today. So let's
All
see
right.
how it will
Awesome.
develop.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's take a look here. So I'm going to do some levels here. HIMS, we'll start there. Let's go ahead and remove some of the older levels, but let's start with, actually, no, PLTR. HIMS is on my secondary list. We'll start with PLTR and let's take a look what's happening here. Again, very active this morning, guys. So I like that. Probably one of the better looking ones as far as pre-market activity so far today. The rest look a little bit on the choppier side, so we'll see. We'll be very patient this morning. We got to take our time with our setup. So PLTR high of the pre-market 115.80, that looks awesome. 112.11 looks amazing as well towards the bottom there. And if you look at the bigger picture, we're surrounded to the top. We're covered, right? Highs and lows for the last two trading days taking care of you there. And then towards the bottom, you do have this pre-market low that's also reflecting some of the support, a little bit of resistance, but more support that we got here in the last couple of days there in April. So that is the low of the pre-market as you see it now. So looks like we're heading back over there at the moment. We hit 115.79 and then right back down to 112.82, heading lower to that 112.11. Let's see how it goes. And PLTR, guys, can move a whole lot. You do not need to take a boatload of shares. Take a little bit and you could do very well. In case you do break that low of the pre-market, there is a level slightly before we get there, 110.51 and then 109.90 towards the bottom there. We're going to mark those two just in case we break down from this 112 that we have at 112.11. All right, next on my list is Tesla. So let's take a look at Tesla here. Getting a little bit of action in the last couple of minutes. I am going to mark this level here, this 279.90, because in the pre-market we did hold this for as long as we could. We tried, at least. It was originally the low of the pre-market there. It tried to hold this for a very long time. It finally broke down here and we're heading lower. Our low of our pre-market is going to be 273.75 right now. Again, not sure how long that's going to hold there, but we'll leave a marker there just in case. Towards the top, guys, pretty much set. Your high of your pre-market of that 8 a.m. candle is going to be 277.68, so we'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom, we do have 270.93. So there's Tesla. Again, pretty significant daily candles in the last week or so, week and a half. You can see here how small body, very wicky. So again, we've been opening up and just coming right back to where we opened up from, right? So again, that could still provide some good trading, but very interesting compared to how you open up here, close here, open here, close here, same here and here, right? Very different the last couple of days, just leaving some wicks behind and not really having a whole lot of body on these candles. But again, doesn't mean it's not a great trader. Moving in, up and down like that, you can find some opportunities within the intraday, but just interesting. All right, that is Tesla. And then the last one, we'll do a few more actually. We'll do Apple. That's the one that's on my main list. I am probably going to move NVIDIA up and we'll move Bob up. We'll do those five for today. Here's Apple. Apple low of the pre-market at the moment, 197.30. High of the pre-market slamming into the previous day close. Here's a little bit high, but we're not going to worry about that. We'll keep it the previous day close, 198.89. Actually, hold on. Here it is, 188.89. That's your high of your pre-market. So we'll keep it there for now, and I think we're all set. Going back to the daily here, if you look at it towards the top, highs and lows are doing a great job, but they're not covering this one level right in here. It's let me see if I could. It's an area. It's not a specific level, but right around 200, which makes sense. 200 is a psychological level if we don't have the data to back it up. You can see a couple of days right in that area, like just kind of slamming into it, closing around it, but not really right on it. So I'm going to put 200 on that. I think we'll just be aware of that level in case we do go green. Towards the bottom, you got some clear levels here, 194.44. And then right over here, we do have the best one is this one, 189.59. You possibly can find some within here if you look at these intradays, but I'm not going to do that just for the sake of time. We'll keep the 189 in case we are going to get that big of a move. I don't think that's going to happen today, given the Fed meeting coming tomorrow, as we were talking about earlier. but we have the levels ready just in case. If any news comes out, obviously it negates all of that, especially any tariff news. But if we're just going to sit around and wait for the meeting to happen, we might not get a whole lot. We'll see. Let's see if the market can surprise us. Looking at BABA today, I'm going to keep this one on deck. We're up 1.8. We have 2.2 million shares traded. I'll be very cautious. It really belongs on the secondary list where it's at now, but we're going to move it up in hopes that it actually does something. But it hasn't been great. You know, we've been watching BABA for a bit now, and the few times we watched it, it hasn't really treated us well. So we're going to put it on the main list today. Let's see if it does anything. Again, it looks better than most of the stocks that's on the list this morning. So today, maybe we can get something done. 129.31 is looking good. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing an amazing job. So we don't need to add anything there. Towards the top, we're going to slam it at 132.38. And then right above that, we're going to look at 136.40 for BABA. And I think once you do that, you're pretty set. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the next one also on this list. So let's take a look how NVIDIA is looking today. Yeah, it looks active. 1.6 million shares traded. Volume is low by now. Lenny, as you were mentioning earlier, we would have way more than this, 3 times as much right now. We're not seeing that, but still, it is NVIDIA. It can trade very well. We'll keep an eye on it. 112.02 is the low of the pre-market being tested right now, so we're dropping a little bit more towards the top. We're not going to add anything. I mean, we're pretty set here. Highs and lows are doing an amazing job. Previous day close of almost covering all the levels, including the high of the pre-market. It's right over here. This daily level is here, right? So we're not going to worry about a couple of cents on NVIDIA. If we do push up, we can look at that, but we're not going to worry about that. 111.39, a great level there. And then if we zoom out just a little bit more, we're going to see another great level right around 110.07. We'll slam one there, and I think on NVIDIA, we are pretty set. So just going to adjust my list here. We're going to go, and then after I adjust this, Lenny, we're going to let's take a look at what our team is watching. So if you want to pull that up, have that ready. But right now for me, PLTR, Tesla, Apple, BABA, we're looking at HIMS. Sorry, not HIMS, NVIDIA. And I'm going to take NVIDIA off my secondary list. So that's my list right now. The one that looks the most interesting here is PLTR, obviously, because they got so much movement this morning. But we'll see how everything plays out. All right, Lenny, let's take a look at what our team is watching this morning.
Yes, I'm entering the chat room right now. I think there are going to be a lot of PLTR on the watch list. That would be my guess. People are going to put PLTR on the watch list and also Tesla. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're starting from the top. So Thor, he has AMD, NVIDIA, the SPY, and the Qs. Nathan, trading the futures, the Magnificent 7, and AMD. Avinetti has the Tuesday watch list, so the Magnificent 7 stocks. I think that they're also the best stocks to trade, right? The Magnificent 7, high liquidity, lots of volume. Brian has on their watch list Tesla, NVIDIA, HIMS, PLTR, SPY, and the Qs. Pierre has also Tesla, NVIDIA, PLTR, Apple, and AMD. Phil, NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, and SPY. Right, so pretty tech heavy everywhere. And some people have added PLTR and some don't. Brian also has HIMS. I also definitely have HIMS on the watch list. Yeah, so far pretty tech heavy. NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, some AMD, PLTR, and also the SPY and the Qs. So that's on the watch list for the team so far.
All right, awesome. So there it is. We'll see what else comes out of our moderators here. 16 minutes to the market open, still a little bit more there. And we are looking all set here. So Andrew and Brian are going to be trading live over in our chat room. Friends over on YouTube, if you want to see a different style of trading, head over to bearwithtraders.com. Again, I'll show you that $39 membership that gets you in for a week. You can see Andrew, Brian, Thor, all these amazing traders trade live all day. So if you want to take a look at that, definitely do that. Lenny and I will be here in YouTube trading live, and as soon as Andrew and Brian hop on, we'll hop off and give the room to you guys. So all right, let's prepare for a market open. So I have on my list, I'm just going to switch things around here, and Lenny, I'll get your screen for the live trading up. It's not up right now, but we'll get it up for the live trading for you. Let's take a look. PLTR, I do have Tesla, I'm gonna look at Apple, just fixing my watches here for the live trading. We look at BABA, and we'll look at NVIDIA as well. And secondary list, WRD. Let's actually go through our secondary list because Pony, HIMS. All right, let's go through our secondary list here. Secondary list, we have WRD. This one is, it's up 13.4. It does have volume. We can short this one. So maybe this could be interesting today. We'll see how this plays out. So WRD looking nice as far as the numbers. I never actually watched this ticker. WeRide, great ticker name. I like that. So it'll be the first time we're looking at this today. We'll see how that plays out. Pony, we have looked at in the past. I don't like that we cannot short it, but it is very active today. So hopefully today could be their day. Again, this will be the first time I'm actually looking at it. So I'll be paying attention to it from our secondary list here and see how it plays out. And then HIMS, I have on a secondary, which again, I know you're watching Lenny, so this could be one that there could be some opportunities. If Lenny sees something, they're going to call it out. So just 3 on there, all of them with great volume and gapping up pretty nice this morning. 13% WRD, 11% Pony, and HIMS down 7.7. So not a bad secondary list. Why can Pony be shorted? With Interactive Brokers, we have this thing hard to borrow. Let me move this over and show you where that is. So when Interactive Brokers, when you see this hard to borrow here, that means that Interactive Brokers itself does not have inventory to short. Your broker could be different, but with Interactive Brokers, we can short it, right? So you're going to get the, if you double click on this thing here, you're going to get this pop up and it's going to tell you symbol is not shortable, hard to borrow. That means they just don't have inventory. Some brokers, you can buy inventory, like you can bid on it. I know some brokers allow you to do that. It can be very expensive, right? Because it can be brutal depending how many shares you buy. Sometimes it's cheap. So if you have interbrokers like Centerpoint, I think does it, CMEG does it. There's some other ones that allow you to buy, locate. That's the right wording. Locate short inventory. You click on the locate thing that they have, and then they'll tell you how many shares you want to buy, and they'll tell you how much it's going to cost you. So it just becomes part of your commission, right? Don't recommend it. It can be very expensive for some trades to do that. So just be careful if you do have a broker that allows you to locate shorts. All right. Lenny, how you feeling, man? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. So also for the people who are perhaps not there directly when we started the pre-market show. So what are the highlights? So Tesla on the watch list. There's some bad sales numbers coming out from Europe, but we're not, of course, sure if the market already expected it or it's really going to be something new for Tesla. But you definitely see some selling happening now in the pre-market. So that's on Tesla. Apple, we reported Thursday earnings. Friday we already first day. Yesterday was the second day sell-off after the earnings, and perhaps today there could be something happening in Apple. AMD gonna report earnings. They have what's on the watch list. HIMS, PLTR both reported earnings today. Both reported pretty okay earnings, but in HIMS the new outlook was a little bit perceived, perhaps a little bit conservative, and in PLTR revenue was beat, EPS what beat. However, perhaps investors hoped for a little bit of a bigger beat in the revenue, because of course with such an extreme expensive stock, PE wise, it's also priced for perfection, and then if the earnings don't come out as perfect, or how you would define perfect, of course, there could be some pullback price action. I could be traded to either side, PLTR, but let's see how it will develop. BABA shows definitely some price action trading independent from the rest. And with regard to the market news, yes, I think the market is definitely waiting for tomorrow for the FOMC meeting and the rate decision. So I think market could be a little bit waiting for it, right? And also the SPY and Qs, we had like really a strong price action in the last 2 weeks, so it's normal to have some pullback price action yesterday and today. So that's not dramatic or something.
Yep. Very good. Okay, guys, we are all set. See, Brian is in chat, so we're going to go ahead and disconnect from our chat room. We'll leave you guys there with Brian. Andrew should be joining shortly. And yeah, it should be an exciting day, hopefully an exciting day and not a choppy day. Let's hope. All right, we'll disconnect here. Friends, I hit the wrong button. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. I turned on two mics. I want to turn off a mic. All right, there we go. So we let Brian now with his chat room there.
Right.
Over on YouTube, guys, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. It really helps us out a ton. So if you could do that, really appreciate it. We're sitting right now. I'm showing no, that's not right. 6 likes. That can't be right. I'm going to refresh. YouTube doesn't like to update the number and scare me like that, because that is ugly. 154, much better than 6. So thank you guys, really appreciate it. I'm going to hit the thumbs up myself. There we go, 174. Somebody hit the thumbs off. That's brutal. It went from 174 to 173. That's so mean. 717 people watching, guys. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We know you guys have options. We are honored that you are hanging out with us, preparing for this market open with the BBT family. All right, let's set our screens up. Lenny, I'm going to get your screen in as well, so now people can see your screen live as we trade live also. So we'll set that up.
Give me a minute, Carlos. I'm going to get something to drink to prepare for the
do your thing, man. Absolutely.
Give me a minute.
Absolutely. Do your thing, my friend. What do I think about Upstart, UPST? Let's take a look. Hold on. UPST. There it is. You know, Upstart, I watched it before. I might have traded it once or twice. I don't remember, how it traded. I don't think it was great. So it's a hit or miss. I mean, the volume right now is very light, only 164,000. We'll have to wait for the market open. I know they can get some decent volume compared to what they normally do. So I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure, but we'll have to watch it. I know I seen it before, heavily in play, like right here. Clearly, we had tons of volume February, and we had it on deck. Maybe earnings. I don't remember what this pop was, but I'm not sure. You know what? We'll put in a secondary and see how it trades. Did they have earnings today or after hours? I saw them on the calendar for this week, but I cannot recall when their earning is. That's for Upstart that we're talking about now. So UPST. Hey, hello. Yep. Welcome, Simoy Dudu. DU. How will you say that? Melanie, yes, going to play long Oxy. Oh, Oxys are good, buddy. Oxy. We haven't played this in a long time. So you're thinking long on this, Melanie? Great. Let's see how it plays out. How's my flight back to New York? It was brutal, man. I was sat on the plane, like as I mentioned to our viewers earlier. I sat on the plane for 2 hours, so it was tough, you know. And I knew that was going to happen. My flight was at 2:50, got delayed to 6:30, which was okay because we was able to get in another a golf session. So I did a lot of golfing, which I'm horrible, but I'm starting to like, man. So I got to get out more and see what's up. So yeah, but so. Couple hours delay from 2:50 to about 5, and then they loaded us on the plane and waited 2 hours to be able to take off again. So that was brutal, but you know what's not bad. I prepared. I knew that was going to happen. I downloaded a couple of movies. I was watching Gladiator, which I hadn't seen, so I was ready. I was mentally prepared that this was going to be a you know what show, and it was. It was, because the alerts they were sending us, they were blaming the controllers left and right, United, even on the speakers. They're like, it's not us, it's United, it's Newark. But other than that, it was fine. It was good. Well, I like to be home early to see my kids before they went to bed, but that did not take place. I saw them this morning. They were so happy. Tesla's doing some stuff, guys. Take a look at Tesla. We're dropping here down 2.7.
So we got an important question from the chat. Was it like Gladiator 1 or Gladiator 2 that you watched?
No, two.
Okay.
No,
good,
one
okay.
I saw. One was amazing. One is incredible. I mean, two is two. Two is a sequel. It's never going to be better than one. You know, they tried, but it was such a great storyline on one. When you have such a big movie like that, it's very, very hard to beat. Very hard to beat. From the beginning, I was looking, I'm like, this story doesn't look good. I had nothing else to do. I was stuck in a plane, but from like the first 15 minutes, I'm like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah.
I judged it by its first 15 minutes, but it was a movie. Again, you just can't compare it to the first one. You got to compare on its own. It probably is a great movie on its own, but once you do that, it's like, wow, you know, that first one was awesome. All right, let's all set here. Let me see how I'm gonna bring your screens in, um, Lenny, and we'll
Yes,
see.
looking
Let
forward.
me.
So we're in the last almost 4 minutes to the market open.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Yeah.
going to. So
So
be good.
usually sequels
Look,
are not
see,
better.
when
Only like in
Vancouver,
oh yeah, go
when
ahead.
Van, when Vancouver is sunny, look how beautiful this is. I'm looking at out of Andrew's window. Let me see if I could bring this over here. This just looks. Look at that. That
What
looks. Look
amazing
how
view.
beautiful. When it's sunny, it is beautiful there. Look,
Oh,
look. Can we make? How big can we make this? Can we make this bigger? Yeah, that is just nice. When it's sunny, when it's cloudy and gloomy, it's depressing. But look at that. It looks beautiful today.
also
So,
because it's spring, people are more happy in the spring. People
oh
are,
yeah, yeah,
smiling more. People go outside. People really happy.
yeah.
It's very nice.
All right, Tesla. We got our
This is
1 minute
selling up further,
here.
right?
Yeah, setting down a little bit here. We got my 1 minute, got my 5 minute. It is so nice to be back in my trading station. Like I'm glad I was able to travel and trade live with you guys on Thursday. I'm sorry, Friday and Monday. But man, being here, my actual system is so comfortable. Man, you forget how comfortable this is until you actually have to trade out of a place that's not set up as nice. Um, so
Yeah,
good
I
to be
usually do
back.
bad. Like after a day of traveling, if I'm trading somewhere else, I usually don't do the same. Just everything feels different, right? It will
Yeah,
like
yeah,
price action reading, all the routines are gone. It just feels different after the first day after traveling and when you're trading in another place. But I think you
mm-hmm.
did pretty well, right? I think you coped pretty well when you were trading
Yeah.
in
Oh
a.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I normally don't trade when I travel. I just focus on having fun. But I did trade pretty good this time around. Uh,
It's a
Not a lot of
market.
trading. I think it's like two trades
Oh,
we had. So very simple stuff. All right, let's
yeah.
see here, Lenny. Let's get your screen up.
Yeah, so what do we see? We see the SPY pulling back a little bit further, so going to the pre-market low, breaking down a little bit SPY and Q. So we see some late pre-market weakness in the markets. We get 2 more minutes until the open. Nvidia actually like dropping quite some. Tesla pulling back a little bit from the drop. What is Apple doing? Apple squeezing, right? So everything do something different, right? The first three stocks on the watch list, Nvidia selling off, Tesla pulling back a little bit, and Apple squeezing. Okay, that's fun, right? Everything does something different. AMD also dropping, almost like something of news came out. HIMS being at the low of the pre-market doesn't look that strong, to be honest. HIMS could actually be weak. There is room to move to the short side, even though there might also be some support ahead for HIMS. All right, if we
Mm-hmm.
look at the daily chart, yeah, so everything looks trading pretty independent. That could become fun. PLTR also doing kind of its own thing, still above the pre-market low. I think these gonna be my main watch list: Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, AMD, and perhaps Baba. So we got 50 seconds to the market open. I don't think I'll be trading the 1 minute ORB today. It's not setting up. I don't see anything super clean in the pre-market, late pre-market. So I'll be, yeah, watching at 3 minutes, at least 3 minutes. So that's also keeps the FOMO a little bit away, right? You could just 3 minutes to read the price action and to try to solve this puzzle, the most intellectual puzzle in the world. So 15 seconds. Let's do some price action reading. Apple squeezing, interesting squeeze in Apple. Let's see how it holds. If it comes back to the yesterday low, to the previous day close. Actually, it's now trading at the yesterday low. So let's see market open. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's see what's happening.
All right, friends, as usual, I'm waiting 3 minutes before I take any trades, and then we'll be looking for a 5 minute ORB or some kind of VWAP breakout. Again, same thing every day. Same thing every day. Be patient, wait for your setup. Keep in mind today might be a little more choppier than it normally is, just because some stocks might be waiting for the Fed meeting tomorrow. Again, nobody's expecting a change, but it's just that's the way the markets act. They just want to be cautious and wait. We see it all the time. So, all right.
Yeah.
Got a lot of movement happening here.
And we
PLTR,
opened strong, pulling back a little bit. Yeah, what's PLTR doing?
it's dropping right
PLTR
now, right to
dropping
110. Yeah, looking very weak.
next on. So it was a drop of more than $2 in just 1 minute. ATR $7, so it could still move. Okay, interesting. So that was the first weak minute in PLTR. HIM's actually being strong. Also moved quite some, I believe. 38.20 to $90.50, so $1.30. It's okay. So Nvidia engulfing now to the weak side, while the Qs are actually now coming to the high of the day. SPY breaking out 1 minute ORB. But Nvidia remains weak. What is Tesla doing? Opening range price action. Apple actually squeezed. Look at the strength in Apple. So it's really trading independent. Look at this squeeze in the second minute in Apple.
Yeah, PLTR.
IQ is also breaking out.
Where's our good friend Peter? Our good friend Peter is in France, probably relaxing after his big race that he did. Him and Mike did a marathon over there, so they finished, got their medals. He's probably got his legs in a cold bucket of water, probably. That's probably what he's doing. Interesting stuff happening with PLTR. Look at this this move down and then the recovery, trying to get above the VWAP. And the 5-minute looks like a very strong setup, so that could be interesting here. So I got my 1 minute on PLTR. We're breaking through the VWAP here as well. Wow, this is a
Look at this
very
IQ.
big move. Yeah.
Very
Let's
strong
see.
price.
Let's see if we could get our VWAP breakout strategy. Tesla's gone. Apple, nice 1 minute engulfing. Did Andrew take that? That's Andrew's trade there. Did he take that Apple engulfing?
Maybe trade PLTR. PLTR could also look like his style of trading, right?
He tried to go short. He stopped. I think he's going long, and that's also his trade.
Yeah.
But Apple for him, that's like his signature move right there.
The
Surprised
squeeze,
he
right,
didn't-
in the second minute.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take Apple. That's his trade, man, every time. But we'll see. He's long PLTR, which as well.
The PLTR squeezed also a little bit, not too
A
much.
little bit,
but
yeah. Yep. Let's see if we can get our setup on off the VWAP here on PLTR. HIMS, tough. Oh wow! Look, Lenny, look at HIMS.
Let me see him being strong, right? Oh, yes, it's strong, but the SPY is also very strong. Look at the first 3 minutes. HIMS is actually stronger. It moved now $3. Yeah, ATR is $3.75, so it moved quite some. But looking strong,
Yeah,
yeah, you almost feel like you want to still.
that is it's very
This is
nice.
this is very strong price action in 4 minutes. It might be just a little bit extended to take it now.
Yeah, no, I won't jump on it here. Even for a 5 minute RB, the extension is gone on this. We need a nice deep pullback and a continuation,
Nice
but
pull again.
I don't think HIMS is gonna give it to you. HIMS is just
Ah,
gone.
it looks
Uh,
strong, very strong.
wow. Tough
Feel.
Fab. Did you guys Fabian? Do you guys take HIMS on this? Awesome stuff. Oh, look at Apple. Look at Apple's pullback here. That's a nice ABCD
Decreasing volume in
type.
Apple pullback as well. Very
Yeah,
nice.
that's a nice play there. I don't trade the ABCD pattern, but that looks clean. Off the previous day close, we're in minute 30, 34. That is a clean play. Hopefully you guys saw that. Very nice.
As it goes, squeezing
Santark,
out now.
you took him. It's very good. Tesla, PLTR is just, look at this mess. PLTR is playing games today. Careful with PLTR, guys. Baba dropping down. Nvidia. I don't try to look for a 5 minute is in. Trying to look for a good 5 minute ORB. Oh,
Perhaps Apple?
yeah.
Could Apple be a 5 minute ORB? Looks
Uh,
strong. There's also a
Yeah, but
market.
it gave us the pullback, man. We missed our entry here off the previous day close, I think.
I think still
Um,
could be an entry, but I don't have
yeah.
the balls because like it's moving so much with the SPY and
You said,
Qs.
wait, hold on. You said you don't have the balls to take this
I'm not
trade?
don't have the balls to take it now.
You
Because
had it here
SPY and Qs are
first on
moving.
BBT
Uh,
YouTube Live. Man, thankfully
yeah,
we cannot get canceled. That's good. The cancel culture has died. So you're good, man.
yeah.
They won't kick us
Uh,
off YouTube.
I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy I didn't take it because like the SPY is stronger, so Apple
It's
stayed maybe behind.
it's a tough entry there, man. I get it, but that is not an easy entry. So 100% with you there. Um, Nvidia, on the other hand, let's see what it wants to do here. Hanging out right below the VWAP. Um, what do we want to do? Nvidia, Apple, right back to the previous day close. Good call not taking it. I think it was just a very tough entry here, right in here, right. This pullback was perfect. On the
Look
way
at
up,
him.
kind of like ABCD, but
Look at him.
let me see.
It's flying, 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 flying. Oh,
What
PLTR.
the heck, Hims? Who took him, guys? Fanning, you're in him. Satar, say Tark, you're in him. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Who else is in hims?
But imagine
Made
hims.
my
Look at
week
even if
on
you entered after the
hims.
fourth minute, if you entered after the fourth minute with your stop loss below that candle, you also would have reached the target
Yep.
now. You see, if it's like extreme strength in the
Mm-hmm.
first couple of minutes, there are also entries possible, even if there's no pullback. But I think this was really too
Yeah.
extended, right? It moved to full ATR
Yeah.
in four candles. Bit
Jose
crazy.
says, I took hims last night. So you took stuff to grow your hair? Last night, you got to take it every day to grow the hair, to get the ball spot going. Um, all right, so can't be one night, man. Got to be every night. I got him 5%. Good, good. Very nice, guys. Very nice, very nice. Here's NVIDIA. Okay, break into the VWAP. Please give us a pullback. We'll go NVIDIA long if we can get a nice pullback that looks strong. Let's see. Let's see. That doesn't look good. That looks more like a rejection. We need a strong candle above here. And let's see if we can get going.
PLTR gave perhaps a 5 minute opening range breakdown, but I don't like these very
Wow.
big candles. Look at the big wick in the candle number four. I don't like that, It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
perhaps like was an entry possible for the 5 minute opening range breakdown at the close of the 9:35 candle, right? It's really trading weak compared with everything else.
Yes, yes, yes.
Buying Q is
That's
holding strong so far. So what
there's
is weak now?
Apple,
What?
Baba. Look, Apple's doing another bounce. Apple wants to go higher.
But SPY
This could,
also, SPY. Yeah, Apple is strong. Apple looks strong for
yeah.
sure. But also the SPY also looks strong. That's an issue.
I like Apple here, man. 5 minute ORB. I'm hesitating, but I think it could be a good breakout. So let's see here. Apple. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We're going long Apple here, friends. Let's see if we can get a move higher. It's a great 5 minute ORB.
What about Tesla?
Next level, Tesla. A better 5 minute ORB is Tesla. So take either one is good. Tesla looks much better. Let's see if Apple can get us a nice pop here. 5 minute ORB on the breakout, bouncing off the previous day close. But yeah, Tesla. I agree, guys. Tesla. Yes, yes, yes. That is similar 5 minute ORB like Apple, but this one is going. So we'll see if Apple can replicate the same thing here. All right, NVIDIA, long VST. This open is actually better than I expected. I expect it to be a little more choppier. It's actually a little bit better than I expected. So let's see if Baba can hold here. All right. Hims keep move up. Let's see. Let me just check Hims here.
Look at him. Yes.
Where this is Like, this is wild, man. This is
Yeah,
one red candle, one, and
yeah.
just if you're in this, you are basically done for the week. Like if you took this trade, you're done for the week. Just come back on Monday. Good, good to have you around. Go enjoy the rest of the week. Look at
And
the
and,
volume
and
just
technically,
pouring
it could
in.
even be an entry here, like at the low of this candle, so the close of the previous candle, because it's a
Yeah.
very nice UBCD setup, but it's on the ATR wise, it's just too extended. But price action wise, it still looks strong.
Wow. Just
Mm.
straight rocking here. That is awesome. Um, Man, this is a beautiful thing. So 45, once 46. What does the daily look like on this? Take a look at the daily. Just look at this breakout that we're getting.
There's
So
space to
there's a
move.
little bit of resistance coming up here at a 46.20. So a little bit there, but again, this thing can move. Has gone as high as 52. Has gone all the way to 59. Um, it can happen. Hims will pull back. Yeah, I expect a pullback. I expect a pullback. So yeah, be patient if you want to join Hims. But
We had a small pullback. I think like the 936 candle was
I
the
don't think
pullback,
that
right? A
that's
one
more like
candle pullback.
that's like a stutter step. That was just like I tripped over and I just want to go higher. I mean, it was such a
Yeah.
small candle. It's
But
strong. It's strong.
that's the thing with momentum trading, right? Momentum trading, the pullbacks are also very, very
Hmm.
short, really strong
Yep.
price action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remains strong. Look at the volume still, like last three candles, big volume, bigger volume than the first start of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I
This
know.
is
I
this.
know. This is these last three, right? Yeah. There's just they're they're
I mean, if
matching with the market open. I mean,
yeah,
that's
if the third candle
it's a
would have been
beautiful
bigger
thing.
than the second candle, if I would see the third candle, so
Hmm.
increasing in speed compared to the second, I would have ended after the third candle. But the
Yeah.
fourth candle, you see the increasing speed in the fourth candle, but then yeah, it moved already a full ATR. So then I thought, never mind it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's a tough entry. It is. It really is.
so for me, no trades yet.
Yeah, I'm in Apple. I'm in Apple, which is pulling back here. We don't want to see us go below 198.60. We'll give it $1. We're in at 198.65 ish, so we'll give it $1 move. Let's see if we can get one or two out of it. But yeah, let's see how that plays out. Um, all right,
What
good
is,
buddy.
what is PLTR doing?
Apple.
PLTR being a bit depressed.
Yeah, this thing just wants to sell down. Um, so not looking good there. What else we got going on? Tesla looks like it wants to bounce from here, go back higher. Fabian, yeah, if you took him, you're done for the month, right? That's so up 11.5 right now, 46 and climbing. Careful with the reversals, guys. And I heard some people saying they want to go short.
No, well, be
Shorts are
careful.
getting destroyed right now. They're getting this is squeeze. There's some squeezing happening right now on Hims. I mean, this is very very uh strong right now. So careful. We gotta wait, right? We gotta wait.
Yeah.
Is hers a tickers too? No, hers is not a ticker. I was about to say that's awesome. We got Hims and hers. That's
They're just the
amazing.
two different
No, we only got
IPOs.
Hims. We only got Hims.
Being inclusive.
But there Hims. Let me see what this company does. I know they do hair growth, but they have hers as well. So Hims, hair loss. Oh, they do Viagra too. I didn't know that. Oh, that's why this guy said he took Hims last night. He was making a joke about that. Oh, I got the joke now. Sorry, man. I thought you was trying to grow your hair. I knew hair loss. I knew that for sure because I do see those ads in the gym for hair loss, and it has Hims on the bottom. So I do see those posters. Well, they do more than that. They try to grow everything on you. Okay, good stuff. Good, good. Okay.
That's the thing as a European trading the United stock market. Like I don't know these
Mm-hmm.
companies. I never seen anything of him.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. And in my gym, they have this thing, Hims, and it says, hair loss is option or something like that, like to grow your hair, and it
mm,
has Hims on it. So yes, yes, mad props. You caught that. I see that. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. All right, Apple. Here, guys, we're stopping out 198.60. We don't want to go below this area. 198.60. We'll give it $1. We'll stop out there. Right now, it's not looking good. Trying to hold the previous day close, but we will jump out of it if it goes to our stop, which I think is trying to get there. Apple's doing his own thing, opposite of the market, which is not good for us. Today, we need you to actually go with the market because the market is actually moving up. So Apple's not helping us out here. You want to short HIMS? Yeah, yeah. Not now. I just be careful. You are going to get an aggressive drop. There's no question. You will get that. Oh, let's get out of Apple, guys. So out of Apple, hit our stop here. Just not good. So we got $1 loss in that thing. Not bad on Apple.
Perhaps some news came out. Look at the spike in the spying queues.
Yeah.
There's something
what news is scheduled for 9:45? I didn't have anything.
No, we don't have. No, we don't have anything.
So maybe some kind of unscheduled stuff. Okay.
So yeah, maybe some headline. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't have anything for this time. All right, let's
don't
see
see anything
what
here.
else. PLTR, Baba, Nvidia could be interesting above the view up here, but it's very choppy the last couple of candles. So I don't know if we trust it. We gotta wait for our move here. Baba, Apple heading down. Apple, if we look at it correctly here, this is our breakthrough candle of the VWAP. If we can get a pullback and get our move, so for the VWAP breakdown, this can be a thing. So let's see if it pulls back here. HIMS is dropping. Yeah, you're gonna get some. Yeah, you're gonna get an aggressive drop here. Market could be helping it. All right, things are turning around.
Look at the crazy volume in HIMS in the last 4 minutes. Like huge volume, more volume than in the first 1 minute.
Yeah. I don't want to trade HIMS short though, because HIMS is a strong stock. Let's look for one that's going to give us the best, because the market maybe wants to go short. Who's got the best risk to reward so we could join this party here? So I'm looking at Tesla. Tesla maybe. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is going to be a scalp play here, guys, because I don't think we're going to get our move. The SPY looks like things want to go lower. But this is the best risk to rewards right now in Tesla. Short. See if I find something better. No, PLTR is not it. Apple's gone already. Nvidia's not it. Nvidia actually could be it. It's right next to the VR, but this just looks so bad. It could be Tesla, but I want more confirmation to go short on Tesla. Let's see. What's the headline? Anybody saw the headline?
Look, Apple. I couldn't find anything.
Look, Apple, after I get out, loses another $1, and now we're going the other way. So that is wild.
It's erratic.
Very interesting candle on Apple. Here's the pullback on Tesla. If we stay below the VR, this could be a nice drop to the low of the day. This could be our retest here. Next candle opening up in 30 seconds. If that candle is weak, I would love to go short this thing. Give us the next candle, please. Wait, it's not going to wait for us. We're going to go short now, guys. It's not going to wait for us. Let's go short. Tesla. Here we are. Fine. Short Tesla. We're not going to get that next candle. It's going to probably drop before that. So we're short right now on Tesla. Let's see if we can get the drop. Horrible fill. Fill me right at the bottom of that candle. Why would they do that? But yeah, we're short on this one. SPY is selling down. Hopefully that's going to drive us to the bottom here. Nvidia is another one that's by the VWAP. Take a look at Nvidia if you're looking for a short. This could be another good setup on Nvidia as well. But we took Tesla here. Let's see. Our target is the low of the day. Stop loss 275.50-ish above that. So right in this area. We don't want to go above that. We got to get out quick if it shoots up there because you know Tesla can squeeze you pretty aggressive. So let's see if we can get the low of the day. 271.58. We want a partial there if we can get it from Tesla. So that'd be great. All right. Sell down happening here.
AMD
See
also
if I
breaking down.
yeah,
AMD
if
is
I
actually like the weakest from all the tech names, minus
uh-huh.
2.8%, and now perhaps like an opening range and a trend is starting. The only issue
Yeah.
is I'd be afraid it might be market fueled, and then if the market turns around, then it will take AMD up.
Yeah.
But yes, spies and hardcore sell-off.
Yeah, we're heading
As
low.
well.
We're looking for the low of the day on Tesla. If we can get it here. It's having a hard time selling down though. Really struggling to get lower. HIMS, major pullback on HIMS. Is this your setup now? Let me see. No, I don't have a setup here. No, this is not my setup. This is it's just a pullback at the moment. Mine will be either a double top, which we don't have here. Normally happens after 10:30, and or VWAP breakthrough and then continuation. But this is a strong stock, man. I am not in the camp of trading that one short. I just think it'll be a tough one. You are going to get a short opportunities, but I don't like it personally for a short there. All right, let's see here if we can get lower. Yeah, Tesla is not trying to sell off. It is struggling big time. PLTR was a better sell-off. Nvidia was a better sell-off. Look at this here, very nice. Got to the low of the day. But
PLTR
Tesla
starting a new
is,
trend.
yeah, Tesla's having a really hard time.
Last 4 minutes in PLTR are nice. On the 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Thing is, like what for me was a warning signal in PLTR was this big volatility in minute 9:34. Like the huge move up and down. It's like it changed
Yeah.
in something. In the first sell-off on in PLTR, you see like the slowing down. Then we see the range
Mm-hmm.
forming, and now we actually something of a trend forming. So who knows? We're gonna see a pullback in PLTR, and we could take it short.
Yeah. Wow, I think I got into the worst short opportunity there was. It had the great risk reward, but it was the worst as far as getting the using the momentum of the market to drop lower. Like we didn't take care of the momentum. It's struggling to get lower here. So if I look at other ones like POTR, if I look at some other ones, they sold off much faster, even Apple here. But Tesla's giving me a hard time. No, John, it's not done yet. I think we it's still a good entry as far as the trade. I'll take the trading time, but I think it was the worst one as far as like selling down right away, right? I'm not sure if that makes sense. The way I'm trying to explain it, but yeah, still this again. I focus on my entry. The entry was good. I'm not gonna complain, but I think this could happen a lot faster to get to the low of the day. Because what happens here is if we wait a long time to break this here, and then the SPY starts turning around, the overall market starts turning around, then this is gonna be the first one to go hit my stop, right? So I wanna take advantage of this sell-off we're getting here. SPY's about to break from the low of the day now. I want that weight to be pressed on against Tesla here, if it can. So let's see. HIMS reversal. I don't know, man. I'm not a reversal type trader, and I wouldn't take a short here. Like for a reversal, right? For a reversal, I think you have to be close to the top for a reversal. I would take it for a VRAP breakdown if that shows up, but I don't know. I don't have
I
a
think it's
strategy
hard,
here for that.
because
Yeah.
you're shorting the most strongest stock in the market. I think like from
Yeah.
everything we look for, IMS is by far the strongest. I think the most clean sell-off is actually AMD.
Yeah.
It's really also like you see like the SPY and Qs holding a little bit like 2 minutes ago. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
AMD. I think more or less this more or less the
Yeah.
best. PLTR was also slowed down a little bit, right? You see like the double, triple bottom in the last 3 minutes. It came down,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so slow down. AMD looks actually like the most solid sell-off, but it's also because it's
Yeah.
the weakest of all the tech names. They have like they're reporting earnings later today. but still,
Mm-hmm.
I also don't see specifically an entry.
Yeah, DEF Tesla is fighting me hard on this 270, 350 level. Like it's giving me a really tough time. Let me send out a tweet. Some fake news. Tesla is recalling some cars. Let me see if that works with my like
But
2 followers.
perhaps one day we have that exposure power
uh,
with real traders.
oh my goodness, the humanity. If you do want to follow me on Instagram or on Twitter, let me send you a link. I haven't posted in a while. I've just been enjoying the time off, but I'll start posting again. Um, but I do copies of all my trades on X, so I do send out. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out. 275.50 is our stop on Tesla. It was it didn't get the sell down. It really held here, so the market was not able to put its will against it at all. Let's see.
Now market squeezing a
Two.
little bit. Look at the SPY Qs. They reach
Yeah.
like a big candle, high volume, back in the opening range in SPY. So as
Mm-hmm.
you can see, so that's a bit of a change of a character, right? So also like in the SPY, the sell-off already slowing down a little bit,
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
some bottoming, squeezing up again. Think I always like to trade stocks that are not market driven or that are stronger or weaker than the market. That there were not too much today, to be honest. Hims was stronger than the market. Hims actually gave a very beautiful entry. However, it was too extended, too much on the ATR. Then it's not the best. Let's see what PLTR does. PLTR showed like a second leg down.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can share my screen for a moment, so you can see PLTR. We see the sell off. We see the pullback, decreasing size of the candles, low volume, and but yeah. I think from everything, also PLTR looks pretty weak now. But now you would go for a third move. Might not be the most optimal. I want to see it more perfect if I go for a third leg down.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a great question here. It's a great question. I actually like this question. Someone's asking me why not get out at break even, right? So why not get out here at break even if the stock is going against me? You know, you kind of have your setup, and it's like I pay my 275.50 stop, right? So I'm willing for this trade. I'm willing to risk this amount, right? So I'm gonna let it play out, right? Now, if I see something like really strong going against me, like okay, something's happening where it's going strongly against 275, then yes, I can jump out of the track and make that decision. But I this money's in already. It's like I put this money in the slot machine. I'm gonna let it play out. We're gonna let it see what happens. What I won't do is once I take out a partial, then yeah, we're not going past my break-even point because we're gonna keep that money, right? So that's why the risk to reward is so important. I'm risking 275.50 here, 275.50. I want to get to at least the next level, 271.50. That's gonna give me about close to 2 hours. Might actually be 2 hours. That's my risk, right? So I'm gonna stick to it. It's working out for us here. In some cases, it won't work out. In some cases, it's gonna come up and stop us out. That's okay because again, you guys seen how I trade. We usually hit our reward more often than not. So all the times we're hitting our reward, we can afford to take a loss, of 250 with no problem on one of these trades, right? That's not an issue, right? So that's why I won't get out of break even because you never know. We have our play and it can actually end up working out. So if I always do that, if I always get stopped out of break even, then if that becomes a rule, then I'll get stopped out a lot because this here happens a ton, guys. You're gonna see that happening a lot. You get in immediately, it starts pulling back on you. So we'll see. Why are we getting the move now and not earlier? I'm just curious to understand why it's happening now and not when the SPY sold off. So this is great. We're getting our move here, and we'll try to get to the low of the pre-market. We won't be greedy though. If we see it pulling back, we'll get out. Not get out. We're gonna take some off. But just interesting how it was so delayed. I mean, not that we
I'm
need to know
short
the
PLTR, by
answer.
the way. I'm short PLTR.
Nice,
If you would
Lenny.
like, you
Very
could
nice.
share
Very
my
nice.
screen.
Yeah, your
Very
screen
quick.
is up
Very
there,
very
brother. Yeah, good job. And
very quick scalp.
we had to zoom in your charts so we could see it a little bit better. Can you zoom in a little more?
Yes.
Or maybe
But
we
then
have to
you,
change the font so we could
but
see it
then,
because that's too
then
much. You went too far. Uh, we'll have to figure it out. It's okay. Um, I don't know why. Oh, it could be the volume bars. If you put them down a little bit, you can get a uh, better setup. It's okay. We'll do it later. Yeah, man. Nice short. Nice short. Let's see if we can get the continuation. So you got a partial ready. Beautiful. Excellent. All right. I should
nice.
pay attention to my trade here. Uh, all right. So we're short Tesla. Man, we didn't get to our low of the day here, and now we're pushing back up. Interesting. All right. We'll see what it does. After each 1R, I move the stop to break even. Just my management style. Yeah, and after 1R, do you take a partial there? J Brink Worth, do you take a partial at 1R and then you move stop to break even, or do you just you move to 1R and then you move? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly a process. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So he takes 10% when he gets to 1R. Good time to go hymns. Let's check hymns. I'm looking at it. Good time to go where? What's your strategy, right? What strategy are you trading here? So depending on your strategy, that's what determines if it's a good time to go in or not. So
I went out in PLTR, by the way. I saw some
yeah,
SPY squeezing, Q squeezing, also the PLTR responding a little bit to it. I think
yeah,
the issue is like I had like a very tight stop loss, like above the consolidation in PLTR. So I couldn't
yeah.
survive.
You needed it that way because it's moved down so much. It makes sense. It makes sense to have that stop there. Long, you want to go long on hymns now. Let's take a look. Let's review this. So you need a strategy, man. So you have to have a strategy. Going long here, for me, you're going up against the VWAP. You're in an area where long is not looking good, and you're definitely in a downtrend. So I don't see where the long situation is going to work for you here. But the first things first, you need a strategy. You need to say,
You
I'm
need
going
to
to go
know what you look
long.
for.
Yeah,
You really need
I'm
to
going to
know
go
what you look
long
for.
based on a double bottom reversal. Like the strategy first, look for the strategy, and then the strategy will tell you long or short. But to just go long here without a strategy is not going to work. So this is why I ask you what strategy you're trading first, and I can tell you, okay, that strategy is there, a strategy is not. But yeah, you need a strategy first, man, to decide what you're going to do here. Question for you, Lenny. Why haven't you shorted PLTR earlier? Maybe your setup wasn't there.
I can show you. I can explain what I see in PLTR. If you share my screen, it's too small. If it's too small, just let me know. I could try to do something.
It's
Thing
good.
is, like I'm looking. If I'm a trader, like Carlos said, it's really important that you actually know what you look for, right? If you are trading and you just think, okay, now it looks strong, now it looks weak, now I'm getting in, you have no chance, like literally zero chance. So what I'm looking for in trade, I'm looking for like extreme strength or extreme weakness. I want to see that everything looks weak or everything looks strong. In PLTR, first minute was very weak, yes. But then the second minute and the third minute was squeezing up. Okay, then I thought, okay, well, that's already like a strong signal. It's not only a weak signal. And then we see like the fifth minute, we see like this huge candle up and down. This is for me that I think, okay, there are better setups, right? I know what I look for. So I know that the setup that I'm looking for is gonna come. Perfect clean 5 minute ORB up, ORB down, 1 minute ORB, they're gonna come. So I think, okay, well, why bother with something that shows like a little bit of mixed signals? Then we see the sell-off, and the sell-off is slowing down in PLTR. Then I think, okay, well, it doesn't look that great. Well, then we see actually a relative ugly range, but here after the range, so definitely there's some weak signals. We see also some engulfing here. We see a bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing sandwich. Also, we see a failed breakdown, but here we see something that could be like a start of a downtrend, right? The increasing size of the candles, like around 950, 951, 952, increasing volume. And then we see a very tight consolidation. And this is for me like a weak sign. Like the price action is not really pulling back to the previous range, but it's just moving sideways. And then on the 2-minute chart, it looked really, really, really weak, right? Because that consolidation, I'm going to scroll in, looked very, very tight. We see that the triple top, kind of the triple top, low volume, and we also showed weakness compared to the rest of the market. And then my entry was very nice because I could put my stop loss below the previous candle and get a very, very good risk to reward. And that's the reason like why I entered here and why I didn't enter earlier. And actually, I can see PLTR sell off further, but the issue is the market is squeezing. And at that point, also PLTR was moving up. And because you have such a tight stop loss, you could get stopped out very quickly, right? And it's not nice to get stopped out. So I got out at break even. But if there's one direction in PLTR for now, it looks still weak. Also, right, the previous candle, bigger in size than the previous one, selling off, higher volume. On the way up, we see decreasing volume. So I wouldn't personally trade it anymore for short, but it looks more weaker than strong. So that was basically my whole analysis of PLTR, right? And of course, the most important thing that it was a stock in play, having a catalyst, gap down, stock priced for perfection, and then the revenue beat wasn't that impressive. But I think like we're gonna soon break down the low of the day in PLTR. You know what? Yeah. So that was the reason why I didn't trade PLTR earlier.
Make sure you wait for your setup. It's important. All right. PLTR, yeah, breaking down lower, man. That looks good. Hopefully it can get down to that 105. PLTR is just a beast. All right, let's see what's going on in our chat. What is Andrew and the fellas up to? So Andrew right now, I don't think he's in any trades. At least I can't see any that from the one he's showing at the moment. We're still in Tesla short, just shy off the VWAP at a 946, 949. It's just kind of going sideways now. Let's see if we can break towards the low of the day. I want the low of the day and lower will be awesome. But Tesla it's struggling. It's just struggling to do anything. PLTR is 105. Yes, I think it does. I think PLTR does 105. This is a level 105.81. So yeah, I think it does want that. And NVIDIA pretend to break. Yes, of the VWAP. Maybe. What's up, Lenny? You said something?
Yeah, I think like it's also important just to read the candles, right? Like where do you see signs of strength? Where do you see signs of weakness? And like the first sign of potential strength on the 2-minute chart was this failed breakdown at the 10 candle. Then after we see like the engulfing candle, we see some slowing down, but it's not per se strong. Now this candle making a new high compared to the previous candle, still low volume, so it doesn't have to mean anything. But if we're really breaking above the range, breaking above the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, it's like another sign of strength. It's also the issues now we're getting. If you want to get short now, you want to go for a third leg down, right? Because you see the opening range, 5-minute opening range, first leg down, range, second leg down, range, and now you go for third leg. That diminishes, that lowers the win rate. So PLTR is a bit tricky. But you see like low volume on the way up again, so it's still in the range, so still could stop.
Yeah. All right, look at NVIDIA. Someone mentioned NVIDIA. You got the breakout candle here. Let's see if we can get the retest and go higher. We'll have to wait and see. But there's some NVIDIA here. Apple wants to get to the VWAP on the 1 minute. Will it break? Apple. It's breaking now. See if it can go higher and get us our... no partials on test. I'm still watching it. Still in it. It's just not doing anything. It's just going sideways. So the longer it stays here, the more likelihood is going to go higher. HIMS at VWAP, Carlos style trade. Let's take a look at HIMS. Yeah. Let's see if we can get the nice VWAP breakout strategy that we like. let's see if we can get that going on
PLTR
his.
remaining depressed. PLTR remaining looking weak so far, but still in a range, right? So we only get the
Yeah.
conclusion in PLTR if it's breaking down or breaking above the range. But
Mm-hmm.
definitely we see like another rejection, but it's still very much in a range, so we cannot conclude too much.
Yeah.
SPY going strong
Um,
again. Look, SPY going back to the high today.
yeah, that's not gonna help my Tesla trade at all here. The SPY going the opposite direction. Nice, partial at 272. Man, you got the bottom. You was paying attention. That's when it spiked down there. I was clearly not looking at the trade. I don't know what I was doing. I gotta stop doing that. But when it did this, I don't know what the heck I was doing. I should have taken partials there for sure. Um, on Tesla, that was some good profit right in that area that I missed on. So let's see if we can get another opportunity to do that. Saw the market turning. Yeah, but you know what? Tesla weirdly, Tesla is not following the overall market, uh, move by move. For some reason, it's not like when the market dropped, Tesla didn't drop. When it started going back up, Tesla dropped. It gives this drop here, so it's just been very weird. It did not meet my criteria. No, definitely not at all. It's gotta do better than that. It's gotta be the breakout candle, very clear. Right next candle kind of gives you a pullback. You can have a couple of consolidation happening there, and then on the way back up, as it's breaking through some of the pullback candles that it did, that's the entry. But yeah, it didn't do it here at all. You didn't get the breakout, so not an entry you would take. Tesla it is weak. I think it is weak, but we're not breaking down. I think it is weak. We're hanging out below the VWAP. I'll keep my stop here 275.50, but it's not breaking down lower for some reason. And if the SPY starts getting some momentum upwards, Tesla can kind of fall into that. So let's see. Let's see here. SPY is pushing higher. Tesla's hitting the VWAP. Andrew, long PLTR now. So long
Oh,
PLTR on a possible reversal back up. So PLTR for Andrew.
there hasn't been any no continuation yet in the sell-off for PLTR. But
Yep.
for now, I think it's still in the range. But there could some. But what I think what looks weak in PLTR still that the SPY and Qs are squeezing. Like literally for the
Mm-hmm.
last 6-7 minutes has been moving up, and PLTR remaining very weak on the short side. That's something that I
Yeah.
would say, hey, like imagine the SPY and Q, the basically like the valuation of the all the companies are going up, but the valuation of PLTR, because right, the stock price is basically the valuation of a company, it's staying down. So basically, like
Yep.
everything is going up except PLTR. So that would for me be a sign that hey, maybe we're not that strong.
Yeah. Don't we cancel this? There we go. We don't want to make problems for the chat. Okay, awesome. All right, what we got here? Enter almost at the same point you did, calls, but just exit 272. Great exit, man. I was doing something else and fumbling. I wasn't feeling a nice push all the way down. Yeah. Originally here, I was waiting for it to push lower, and then this second half, I was not paying attention. But I was looking at it here. This was a great drop, and it looked like it was going to continue, but then somehow we lost momentum. So
By
we'll
the way,
see.
another weak sign in PLTR, by the way. Now we just engulfed with relative
Yep.
high volume. That's another weak sign. And now we're gonna break
Mm-hmm.
the low of today in PLTR. If you can. Now we're breaking now. If you want to go share my screen, Carlos, could be, I don't know, interesting analysis.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
looking at Andrew's stuff here. Yeah. It's breaking
You,
down, man.
you,
SPY is
you,
pulling
you
down too.
you see, and that's the issue, right? Then, like, if everything goes up, if PLTR stays down, and then if the market comes down, like that will also be like, yeah, headwind or tailwind. But you see, like the 2 minutes ago, you saw already the engulfing candle again. like the pullback never came above the range engulfing. That's like all some
Mm-hmm.
clues of it's about I think price action reading is really about reading the clues of the price action and combining everything, right? People
Yeah.
always there's this discussion like is trading an art or a science, but I don't think it's I understand why it's an art. I also understand what is the science. I think the science in
It's
the
yeah.
approach part and the art is like in creativity, right? Every situation is different, but I think it's really a craft like as in producing price analysis to find imbalance between the buyers and the sellers. So it's also how I like to see trading, not per se as an art, not as a science, but as a craft on producing price analysis, creating price analysis to find imbalances. Okay, so
I'm with you, man. I get that question a lot. You know, I don't know. I think it's both. I think it's both. You're right. I think you're absolutely right. There's it's a lot of traders' intuition too. Like sometimes I like the stuff I do. I try to explain it, and it's like me explaining it even doesn't make like sense sometimes. Like it's hard to explain because a lot of it's just instinct and gut feeling and all the experiences you have had over the years put together. So sometimes for me to explain something is tough. But hopefully we're doing a good job of kind of showing you guys, okay, this is what we're looking for. Here's the strategy. Like on HIMS right now, right, you guys talking about a breakout. So you got the breakout candle right on the VWAP, but this candle was bad. Like you went right back down to the VWAP, so that's not great. So you don't want to do anything there. Let's see this one. If it can get above, that'd be nice. And then maybe another breakout will be good. But this to me looks like it's just staying below the V up right now, right? And then you can't beat yourself up. Like if this candle takes off and goes up to 47, 48, it is what it is. You're not some things you're not just going to catch, right? And you got to live with that. That's perfectly fine. So you trade your setup, and what it does, your setup allows you to hopefully take more wins than losses over time, right? It's not about today. It's not about just one day, yesterday, tomorrow, or whatever. It's over time, right? So that's the game. That's the game.
yeah,
How long did it
but
take you both moderators to be on the green side? Man, you don't want to know. 3 years, 3.5 years. It's a long,
takes
long
very
time.
long time.
I don't think it needs to take that long. I was very hard headed. I thought I was disciplined, but I was very hard headed. I don't think it needs to take that long. I go back and look at my journal. And I'm like, what are you doing, stupid? This is not. You're not trading your trade book. You're trading random, and it's just you're not gonna get success like that. So, um, yeah,
It comes
it's
down
a
right. You
long
need to
time.
know
I
what
know
to look
people
for.
don't want to hear that, Lenny. 3 to 3.5, but it's
I think there's
but
just people like really underestimate like how difficult trading is. Trading is like the
I definitely did. Yeah,
most hardest thing there is. There's no
yeah,
easy way out. And also, it's also not given. Sometimes I hear people they ask me because I also work with a group of mentees. They say like,
hmm,
yeah, like how much time do we need to get there? And I always tell like it's not given. You're not entitled to
yeah.
become a winning trader.
Unfortunately, yeah.
You really need to do something else, be something else. Like develop something else to
Hmm.
get there because you also need to
Yeah,
yeah develop your own style, etc.
yeah. Agree. Oh, look at Hims now. Hims is doing the move, guys. Here it is. Here's the entry. If you're watching, I just saw Andrew pull it up, but here's the entry. That's your long entry right there. It's not a clean breakthrough though. I don't like it as much as I've seen some other ones, but this is very acceptable. This long right here is very acceptable. Stop loss below the VWAP, and since you have this support area here, your stop has to be right around this area, 43.70. You can even give it a little more room if you want to, give yourself a little more room because your potential is 48, 48.50 up here. So you can't give this a couple of more cents to the bottom. So there it is. Let's see if we can get the continuation on it. Again, not the cleanest, but it is acceptable if you took that long. I think you can turn out pretty good. So let's see.
I find it interesting your VWAP trading. It's like
Huh?
I'm not familiar. I find it very interesting, like how you trade the VWAP. I'm really more like a momentum trader, trading with the strength or
Yeah.
weakness. But
Yeah. Yeah.
like I never really taken a deep look at VWAP trading. I never really felt it. I think it's very interesting, right? Especially what you see now in HIMS and also like your trade yesterday in Hood. It was pretty
Yeah,
nice to be
yeah.
honest.
Oh, here's Tesla gonna stop us out. 275.50 is our stop. We're getting a nice push through the VWAP here on a Tesla. And the SPY is just taking off. The SPY is just big push in the last couple of minutes here.
Let's see if there's any news, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy market. Look at the first four minutes were very strong. The first 3 minutes of SPY were very strong. Then we see suddenly like this big sell-off at 9:45 and then huge move up.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Someone
strong. Besant is
mentioned
speaking actually.
Nvidia. Who's speaking?
Besant.
Oh no.
Besant said like a couple of minutes ago, "Hey, that's sad to be in a trade, difficult to be in a trade." He said like perhaps as early as this week we'll be announcing trade deals with some of our late largest trading partners. Okay,
Oh, that's
okay, that's
not
bullish.
good.
That's bullish news
We got
indeed.
we got to go long something, man. We can't be short with that type of headline.
And apparently he
Um,
repeated it. He said he repeats, so
repeat
he
it
repeated.
twice. Make sure
Trade
you
deals
heard
may
him.
come as soon as this week. Okay.
Why is he got to do that now when I'm short Tesla? This is
Yeah,
unacceptable, man.
that's
All right, we're gonna
weird.
keep our stop on Tesla, but I am looking for other long opportunities that we can take here. So let me see. Bob is not good. Apple doesn't look great. Um, Nvidia's the only one that's gone, but I don't have a strategy for this trade on Nvidia. But Nvidia, a nice pop here. But again, nothing for me to follow on it. WRD, how about our secondary list? Him, this
Yeah,
is
what are they
struggling.
doing?
UPST's no good.
Pony was ugly. WRD was ugly.
Yeah, Bob is no
SELH was
good.
ugly. Upwork, not Upwork was also ugly. I mean, like it moved up from
Yeah.
40.16 to 15.80, but it still was ugly.
How about Apple above the previous day close here? How's that?
Yeah, for me, because it's still staying behind the SPY. Look, the SPY and Qs are like above the
Mm-hmm.
opening range, and Apple's lagging behind, right? So then you get the same issue. If in my style, like if SPY and Q is now turning around, then Apple will also be dragged down.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Let's
yeah, it
see
could be.
here. Let's see. I'm looking at Apple. Apple could be a good one. Oh,
Uber being
Tesla, we're
strong
gonna
again.
stop out.
Uber being strong again today. Like there's really like this tailwind in Uber. I think they're reporting also earnings pretty soon, I believe, even tomorrow. Let me check.
Let's see. PLTR long.
Yeah.
This is long. We got to go long on something. This is long central right now. We have to join the party long after this catalyst, and I'm trying to see where that's going to be. We got to get in on this move here. Yeah, PLTR is the other one that has the best risk to reward. Long, I don't trust it on PLTR, so I'm not sure. PLTR, Apple's got no volume. Baba could probably be better than Apple the way it looks here. Nvidia, man, there's nothing. I have nothing that looks good for me to go long right now and take advantage of this. Tesla,
I
Tesla.
I think the issue is, like it already went up before Besant started to speak. So then like you already
Yeah.
extend, you see like a price like is speeding up. Yeah, HIMS look grinding up, right? What nice about HIMS, see like all small candles. The price actually are a little bit stable. So you're ready for 20 minutes, like a stable grind up. However, the issue is, yeah, it made like basically one move up, second move, you're already at the end of the second move up, so it's a bit extended HIMS.
PLTR is the one, man. PLTR is gonna go.
Peter could be definitely. Actually, now
Yeah,
I
PLTR is
understand.
the one. Back to VWAP and
I'm
PLTR.
I'm not a reverse trader, but if there's anything look like a reversal, it's PLTR.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not a reversal trader here. That's how I'm not gonna take it. But PLTR looks good. Andrew's on this
And
one pretty nice. He's long from like 106.50
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So, boom, boom, boom. Mm.
Really like a change of character, right? In the last 7 minutes, last 8 minutes in PLTR, things turning around. Candles
Yeah, these
closing at
guys
the
are
high.
they're trying to get the market in a good state before Powell talks tomorrow. I mean, it's not gonna change anything if he doesn't announce a cut. Um,
Ah, you think like they're gonna push the market up for potential
yeah,
rate
these
cut?
guys are always trying to pump, put out good news to get the market. They're looking at the numbers, man. They're looking at the market. They want the market to go
Yeah.
up. They wake up every morning, check what the SPY is doing. I guarantee you. So
Yeah.
that's
They pretended a few weeks that they didn't, they were not doing it until everybody capitulated,
yeah.
and like a little change of tone
I
here and
like I
there.
like Apple. I like Apple for. I'm not starting Apple Tesla, but it's been so weak all day, all morning, hanging out below the VWAP. I don't trust it long with how much it's been struggling to really get going here.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. PLTR, Tesla, Baba, Nvidia, AMD. What's AMD up to? Pulling back here. I don't have anything, guys. We could not. We could have not joined this party. Tesla. I'm sorry. Apple below the VWAP here. Pulling back. There's nothing that I like.
I also don't see anything clean enough.
Yeah, I don't see it here either, man. Um, all right, we might end the day red today. I have to book this one as a red day, unfortunately.
It's part of it, right? All
Yeah,
part
it's
of it.
part of the game. Yep, yep. Every day can be green. That's not the way it works.
Statistics, right? We work with probabilities, with statistics.
Absolutely.
Took only one trade today. PLTR.
You took one? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I got two. I got Apple here on the breakout. So we lost a
Mhm.
dollar there, and then we lost a dollar on Tesla. But the potential on Tesla was $3, $4, man. That's a shame. Why not going short Apple? I'm looking at it, and I don't trust that we're gonna get the continuation, man. To be honest, on Apple, I just don't trust we're gonna get the continuation. So although it's doing our move here, the breakthrough to the VWAP, it's doing the pullback to the VWAP, the breakdown, pullback to the VWAP. This will be my entry to go short, but I think we've been stuck in a little bit of chop here and there. We've been doing something, but we've been stuck in a lot of chop and light volume. So I don't trust that you're gonna get the drop continuing on Tesla. So right, so example, so what I explained there, right? Someone might say, well, you're getting this exact same setup that you do every time, but now this is the kind of like the intuition coming in saying, I don't think, even though you have the setup, for some reason this doesn't look good. That's because just the way that the app has been trading over the last couple of minutes, right? So that's something that you don't. There's no textbook for that. There's no textbook to say how you've been looking at Apple and the way it's been trading and how it's been just a little bit choppy. I don't think, although this is my setup and my signal, I don't think this is a trade you should take. And that's the hard part about trading, that you're gonna learn over time. Over time, you're going to learn that part about it. PLTR, big pullback. Not big pullback, sorry, slight pullback here. Maybe more news. SPY's moving higher. More news. Andrew
Yeah.
adding to PLTR. So Andrew adding more to PLTR here on the push up.
And Besant still speaking. He says, "Yeah, U.S. government will never default. They will raise the debt ceiling." That
He's still
also,
talking, man. What's wrong with this guy?
yeah.
You
He
know what he's
expects.
doing? You know what he's doing,
Yeah.
Len? He's talking with the SPY up. Like, yeah, we will raise the debt ceiling. Yeah, we're gonna remove tariffs. And he's waiting. Oh, it's still not going up. We need more on the SPY. Yeah, we're gonna do this and that until the SPY hits whatever number he's looking for.
It was very true. Actually, once there was like a couple of weeks ago, like one of the people were speaking, and then
Yeah,
like it was like speaking, and you saw like live, you saw like the SPY in the queue, the percentage. You saw he was speaking, and then it was like dropping, dropping,
yeah.
dropping, dropping. So you saw like live, you saw like the percentage dropping
That is
while he was speaking. That was
that is awesome,
funny.
man. See, now he's talking too much now. Things are coming down now. He's gotta say the message, walk away. The more you talk and try to say something, the more negative is gonna come across. Let's see here. PLTR. It's just messy. We're getting messiness right now. PLTR dropping. Pullback. Don't know. Don't know. Nvidia had a nice view at breakout and actually did pretty good. Very, very
Yeah.
clean.
Yes. From the tech names, Amazon is actually the strongest, the only one in the green. Amazon also had like some strength after some days of weakness after they reported earnings. So Amazon is like the
Yeah.
strongest. Then it's like the least weakest is Apple with around hovering around break even, but very little bit choppy price action. That squeeze in Apple in the second minute was interesting, right? So the daily chart looked pretty weak in Apple, but then in Apple we see like the second minute squeeze. That was really felt could be like a strong sign. Uh, it was a first strong sign, and that's like perhaps could have put some people on in the wrong direction. So
Yeah.
with Amazon, Apple, and then there's the Microsoft, then the least weak because it's just minus 0.3%, trading at a higher today than Google. And actually, the semiconductors are the most weakest today. Actually, Tesla is the most weakest, 0.2.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the market's waiting for more earnings.
Don't got nothing, people. Friends, what do you guys have right now? Anybody, any trades? Let's go around here. Let's go around YouTube and see what you guys are looking at. Took some NAR parcels along the way. Andrew, good morning, man. I'm having such a tough day. Oh, yes. Do we have Zoom link? Yes, we do. Let's get Andrew's Zoom link. So Andrew's going to join us. Let's get him a Zoom link. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna copy this and send this over to Andrew. All right, let me get Andrew connected, friends. Bring him on here.
Awesome.
One sec. We'll try a new setup with Andrew here, see if this works. It does work, all right.
How are you, Carlos? You hear
Good,
me?
man. Good, yep, I hear you. So let me see if I get your...
I'm in the chat room.
All right, so you guys see your video. Ooh, I got an echo.
I hear echo, yes.
I think it's Brian has to mute the chat room.
No, I'm right out of the chat room. I closed it down completely.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
What about me? Oh, maybe it was me.
Okay.
Always me.
I think we're good.
We sound
Yeah,
good
we're
now.
good. I
Okay.
shut down the YouTube. What's that?
Awesome. So Andrew, all I need is share your video. You share your video through Zoom. Yeah, turn on your camera through the Zoom link.
Oh, yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, no, take your time.
All right, so did that?
All right, it's coming across now. I still
Actually,
don't have it.
Besant repeated that strategic uncertainty is part of his negotiation strategy. So basically, they're saying, okay, it's just negotiation tactics.
Yeah, even the president said that I'm going to lower the tariffs on China. It's not going to last like this. But the question is when?
When, right?
Now.
When?
When?
Nvidia is making a nice move here,
Yes.
breaking out.
Strong.
How's YouTube doing? How's the Carlos, wait, let me see if I can actually start my camera here.
Besant said Besant S2 pays tariff, said it's a complicated mix of factors.
Look at that. Bensinga.
CRWV Core Weave hitting more highs now. Charlie Romeo Whiskey Victor, seeing that call.
Or
All right, guys. So in the chat room, you guys hear me, huh? So in the chat room, I'm still long PLTR. For those of you who are seeing me in the chat room, I am still long PLTR.
Yeah, and I am long PLTR too, but I've done a trade that where I've shorted some 100 puts, and that's essentially taking a long position. Or at the very least, I'm not expecting the PLTR to trade below 100 by end of this week.
So Ronald, my long PLTR is at 105. My average is 106.50. But I took it long based on the 105.81 level, which is the moving average on a daily chart. It's 20 moving average on the daily chart. And my target would be 107, is about 107.50, which is start partialing. Yeah, you are long at 112. That's not good. If you're at 112. Let me turn on my camera. You want my camera on here?
Yeah, on Zoom as well, because I want to see how it looks. And I got your screen. It looks awesome. I'm gonna put it up now.
Oh, awesome.
There it is. Perfect. All right, I'll bring your screen in a second here.
All right, so Scott apparently said some good stuff in the Congress. Calm the market down. I think Bloomberg did a analysis that whenever the Scott Bessent says something, the market is bouncing back. Whenever the Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick is saying something, the market goes down. Like this.
I heard there's also a verb nowadays, like the market getting Lutnicked, you know? It's
Market
like
is getting what?
It's getting Lutnicked, you know?
Lutnick, yeah, exactly.
They made a verb of his name.
Yeah, the Scott Bessent, apparently market really like Scott Bessent, not the Lutnick. Scott Lutnick is really funny in interviews. He says two statements and says, "Come on!" Like he says, "Yeah." It's really funny. It says like, yeah, China has tariffs on us. We still us. We can't say, come on. Like his come on is amazing. Like I love that. He's like I want to pick up that line from him. Come on, like PLTR. I just take long on you and you, come on. Really good.
That's funny.
But the financial market really respects Scott Bessent. He's very qualified.
All right. Well, what did everyone trade this morning? You see Nvidia, PLTR.
Well, I'm negative on PLTR really bad, but hopefully if this one pops up, if it goes to VWAP, then I'm going to come green out of it. But I don't think PLTR is going to go green. In Carlos, the screen is really nice actually.
So sharp, man. Yeah, super sharp. Let's do it this way going forward. It's awesome.
This way is the way to go, man.
Yep.
Yeah, this is great. So
All right, guys. So we're gonna
I
hop off
traded
and we'll
in
let you guys to it, and we'll be listening in.
yeah,
Yeah,
All right.
go get
I
some rest.
traded
Thanks, Lenny.
I
Appreciate
Bye,
you.
traded
guys.
in thanks guys. Yeah. I traded Nvidia this morning. I was looking for a rising devil trade. It's one of my trade book trades. So Nvidia set up pretty nicely for it. Really weak going into the open. Last couple minutes of the pre-market, and then I was looking for a pop up to the VWAP, which it did very nicely, and that's where I went short and sold off. So it was nice, nice rising. Call that the rising devil trade because it was gapping down, so it was red and showing weakness. So yeah, PLTR nice. Finally got bottoming action here.
Oh, PLTR is gonna go. Yeah, I'll keep PLTR some. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's get to 108. I haven't partialed yet,
yeah I'm
but I should probably partial some here. I'm partialing some here. It's good. Okay, now we're getting into 108. That would be if you get to VWAP, I might actually come green out of this. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm short these puts on PLTR, which is essentially a long trade. So I think I'm might take some of them off, and then I'll just keep the rest and let them expire worthless at the end of the week. And I'll just keep the premium that I got for them. Pretty much as soon as it was pretty much the first 2 minute candle. Let's look at, because I look at 2 minute charts, but really what I was doing, I was just watching. Yeah, it was really it was the first 1 minute chart or the first 1 minute where it just popped up. I was just watching, I primarily just watched the price action. And like I said, as soon as we hit the VWAP, it's where I went short.
All right, so for YouTube guys this morning, I had a pretty bad trading day. At the open, I shorted PLTR, got stopped out, flipped long, got stopped out, and then I tried to catch this freaking reversal on it. We eventually got it, but I am very negative on it so far. So let's see if this one goes. As you see here on my chart, it's actually pretty clear now, thanks to Carlos, the way that he did. It's actually quite impressive. So if you can get to 109, that would be nice. So yeah, the screen that you see is for me. I'm always sharing my screen in the
Actually,
chat room.
yeah, and if you look at the PLTR chart, you can see that was another rising devil trade. So you've got a drop at the open, but you can see how it popped back up to the VWAP, and that's is that this must be Carlos's chart, right?
The
His
one that you
PLTR.
see, no, that's mine. We're
Okay.
trading. Yeah,
Oh, because you went long there. Yeah, I would have.
I am long.
Yeah, rising devil trade, you would have shorted it right at VWAP.
Yeah,
But
don't
you
What
hassle
are
know,
you
us
trying to
on
say,
video.
Brian? You
PLTR.
trying to say that since those are bad trades, they'll be mine? Well, what are you trying to say, man?
No, I thought that was
The
for you know, on
humanity,
this
man.
That
second.
was exactly what he said.
What's the
No, I
love,
thought
bro?
I
Wow.
no, I heard you traded PLTR as a rising devil, and you actually made money on it. You got a good trade out of it. I was going to say this is a very difficult rising devil trade, because if I'd have taken this as a rising devil that first time it hit the VWAP, I would have shorted it. But you can see what happened on that third or fourth candle. It just ripped through the VWAP. I would have stopped out on that second rip through the VWAP. You actually held through that, so yeah, kudos to you.
All right, so that was not cool, Brian, but it's okay.
I'm completely misunderstood.
All good, all good.
So market
Story of
is
my
recovered.
life.
Ah man, shut up, Scott. Shut up. Don't say good stuff.
Those bad trades must be Carlos.
Well, somebody
Yeah,
asked
I'm
in
very
YouTube,
close.
what are you doing year to date? I'm negative actually. So I'm back into the middle of last year, like those volatility that we got through the Liberation Day. So I got liberated from all the year's profits.
And
Well,
be
we're making it
liberated from
back.
your money.
Yeah, I got liberated from exactly 1 year of my profit. Um, well, we're getting it back. It's not a problem. Oh, I was losing my mental
Yet,
stability, and I realized that why am I doing this? Like, we discussed that in the chat room that, financial market volatility shouldn't, impact your mental stability. It's very important because we are in the frontier of the volatility of the world. Again, a lot of people out there, they don't know what's happening. They're just running and they're going to work and getting their coffee in the morning, and they don't have a lot of, exposure to the financial market. But we are just second by second getting it, and the impact of a lot of these things are into our mind. So we have to be really separate these two together, compartmentalize. I always have difficulty saying
compartmentalize. Yeah,
compartmentalize. Yeah,
compartmentalize,
yeah,
and not catastrophize.
yeah. It's very
Everybody
important. Yeah.
seems to be
This is
seems to be a
yeah.
human condition that you try to, you events, you look at events, and you always tend to think what's the worst case. So you catastrophize and things. Wow, Tesla's breaking out. Yeah, it looks like Nvidia is getting ready to break out.
Scott.
I covered, I yeah, I covered some of my puts, so I bought them back. I bought some PLTR puts back, and I'm just going to hold the rest. It looks like HIMS wants to break out too. The Qs may actually go green on the day.
PLTR. Yeah, situation is pretty good actually on PLTR. Let's see if we can get
Right
to
at
above the
VWAP.
rebound.
Yeah, it's like that's why I took some off here, because we're right at the VWAP. Hmm.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I forgot to tell you that I was invited for the Nasdaq closing bell on July 3rd. That's awesome. I'm gonna do the Nasdaq closing bell. Never been inside Nasdaq.
Yeah, that's I didn't think there was much to it. It's not like the floor of the New York Exchange.
No, no, but apparently it's beautiful in there. I've never been there. They said you lost so much money in exchange. You might as well come and do ding ding ding.
Did you get that invite with DOS?
Yeah, it's okay. At least get a ding. So thank you. At least those losses bought me something. Oh. So okay, so let's see.
Are you going to take me?
Yeah, we can see. I mean, there's definitely probably limited. I'm a guess myself, so I don't know if I can actually bring a
Yeah,
plus
sure.
one. If I can bring a plus one, I'm not sure if it would be you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I can bring someone, Amy. I can bring someone else. Uh, that would
Yeah,
be
someone better looking.
someone better looking and younger. All right, no, let's
Yeah.
get back to character, guys. Um, let's get back into character. Let's see what the PLTR is going to do that.
See, that's why I took some off there, just rejection at the view app. Markets are Qs and SPY. Besant must have stopped talking. Markets are starting to go back down again. Need to get him to come back to the mic.
Now Lutnik is coming. Howard Lutnik is going to come.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The market gets Lutniked.
Getting Ludnicked. I think that I don't think the market likes Peter Navarre very much either. But I don't think he says much.
Come on. But no, watch Lutnik is really what he's come on is really fun. He always says that. Like, yeah, I mean, in London, they have this bullion. They counted gold in their export to us. Come on. That's really good.
Hmm.
Brian
He
has been
could be.
trading for a very long time.
Yeah,
I think his first trade
I
was
have been.
during the pyramid, building the pyramid in Egypt. Yeah. He was first he thought that it's a pyramid scheme, so he invested in that, and then they said, "Oh, okay, it's gonna be
Thanks,
the real
George.
pyramid."
Yeah.
You said that, yeah. No,
No,
what this is, his dad gave him one share of Bell Company, and you still have
yeah,
that share. Is that is the thing?
yeah, yeah, yeah. When I was 16 or something, I bought my first share. The company doesn't exist anymore. At least
What do
it's
you
not the
have then?
same name.
What's that share? You actually
It
have the
was a company.
certificate?
It was a company called Bell Telephone. It's just called Bell now. And
So what do you have? You have
oh,
the certificate actually, or you actually have it in your account?
yeah, I think I still. Yeah, I think I still have. I had to turn it in. I was kind of bummed about it because I had to turn it in because they did all these splits on it, and it's kind of funny. I remember getting I get a check in the mail and it would be like for 2 cents because that was the dividend. It was kind of funny.
I'm gonna add a little bit more on PLTR here at 108. Like we have 5 minutes until we pass it on to
Yeah, nice
Thor.
pullback. Yeah, they started doing a dividend reinvestment program, so I opted into that. So I started out with one share, and I think I've got like 70 shares now.
All right, so here we go. PLTR 109.
Yeah,
Come
back
on.
to the view app. Let's see if we can punch through here now.
All right, so Scott, stop saying good stuff.
Maybe. It seems like we're kind of settling into a bit of a trading range right now on the SPY and the Qs.
Kind of partial
So
sum on PLTR here at 105.48, 49.
yeah, nice. It's back to that high. Yeah, so I would, if I was going to continue to trade here, I'd just watch this range, these ranges we're in right now, and watch for a break.
Oh, here we go. PLTR is going to go to 105. That's good.
Yeah. So I did have PLTR as a swing trade. I did sell it yesterday before it reported, and that's sort of consistent with my swing trade strategy. Is I don't hold generally don't hold my swing trade positions through earnings reports.
So what does PLTR do exactly? Is it a software security company?
Um,
I never knew
yeah,
what PLTR is.
I think it's AI.
Software platform for big data analytics. Hmm.
I just know it's really it's quite expensive from a PE basis. Even if you look at the forward PE, it's still 150. So we need going to have a lot of growth potential factored into that. See, this is the thing, and illustrates why I don't like to hold stocks through earnings. I mean, they beat on the top and bottom line, and yet look what happened to the stock. You just don't know what it's going to do. Even if you were an insider and you knew what the company was going to report, it still wouldn't have helped you. Probably would have hurt you. It's possible they just didn't beat by a large enough margin to make the market happy. Hims was another one, beat on top and bottom line, but quite a high float or high short interest in the float. So we got this huge squeeze at the open. Yeah, I think it is. But like I said, yeah, the current PE is just under 500.
Peter Tila.
Ash, you can look on Trading Terminal. It should tell you the short interest. Just keep in mind that that number is they only report it think with the NASDAQ, it's only every 2 weeks. Brokers have to um, tell how many shares their clients have positions, and I think the NYSE it's not even a month. So like this data is quite it can be outdated,
Delayed, yeah.
out of date.
Yeah, the
Yes.
PEs also don't get updated. Usually in this, I don't know
Yeah.
where you see, John. There are two also types of PE. I think there's, I think forward trading PE and the
Yeah.
normal PE. So the calculations are a little bit different, but
Yeah.
and also it's not getting updated every second. Uh,
Yeah.
all right, so we have Paris actually on board. Paris, how are you? Good. Paris, you have a lot of fans in the community, and the biggest fan is actually on top of you, is turning around. I don't know if you noticed that fan.
Using SPY back in high of day. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to look at the short interest, go to Trading Terminal, enter the stocks symbol, and then look under share statistics, and you'll see the shares outstanding, the amount of shares that are traded, which is the float, and then the number of shares that are shorted.
All right, perfect, guys. So finally, yeah. I mean, eventually we got something like on it. I had a lot of big losses on it, and I'm still negative, but eventually we're gonna get that bounce. Finally, I guess if you keep trading, eventually one of them would be a good one. But today was a very bad day for me. But this trade is nice. I think let's see PLTR. I don't think PLTR is gonna go green for the day, but might go toward 110, and then I partial more at 110, and I think that will be the end of my trading day. So I think I'm handing it over to you. I'm gonna go and have a meeting in half an hour and figure out why my life is falling apart. And I think in the chat room, Thor is coming. Thor is trading live in Peak Capital Trading Bootcamp, same as Avi, but I mean, he's nice enough to come back after that. All right. Also, Phil, guys, remember BBT Elite members. Phil is doing options trading for a small account at in the Elite webinar room. So Phil is also a really good trader, trading options in the smaller accounts. Like Avi trades in the large account, but Phil is doing on a smaller account. So it's very important to distinguish these stuff. And yeah, thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. I hope everyone had a good morning, and we'll catch y'all later.
Do that again. Okay, how is everyone on YouTube, guys? Man, I got the exact same entry as Andrew on PLTR. I literally, if you see my screen, I literally got like by the penny. I got stopped out at break even by the penny, and now it's moving in my favor. So that was the story of PLTR. Was a struggling day overall, but positive. Small green day. I'm only up like $500. Nothing crazy. And the good trade was Nvidia. Nvidia was that trade that worked out at the open. So I tried to short. I tried to short this thing at right here and it did not. I was looking for a rejection very quickly. It did not, and then it came back in that opening range right here. When it closed below this with volume, I was like, okay, let me add, and then given tier 2 size, scaled out, pulled back, added more, and then stopped out at break even. I tried for the second time. I was like, okay, now maybe it goes for the low of the day, because even at that point of time, the SPY was weak too, but it was very quickly was bought back up, and I was like, And people who have seen me trading, I like to be proven wrong very quickly than just wait and hold on to a trade. So if it just completely against, I get out and look for the next best trade. I traded Tesla as well. Tesla, I was short biased on the trade, but 274 is holding up very nicely. So it looks messy, but 275, it popped up I was looking for a rejection, 275, I shorted it, cut my size. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me remove everything. So I tried to short this thing at 275, cut my size, added back, and then completely got out. Very tight because I'm trying to use the momentum this drop was 250 cents drop, but it was being bought back up. That's what I do not want to see. If I do not want to see what I'm looking for, I tend to get out. And so this was a stop out, very tight stop out. And this was the area where, okay, it dropped close to $1 on my favor, but then as soon as it made a new high, that's what my stop out was. The third trade was, again, I was short biased on the thing. It did start, but I think it was immediately was bought back up. I stopped out at break even. But I think this time it was a news that came in that triggered this particular thing. So I don't blame it. I took the right decision of what I was seeing at that point of time. But had the news come like maybe few seconds before, then I would have been a little better. But yeah, and then very small cuts. These small cuts kept adding up. So this is a small cut. I went long, did not like it. Gave like 20, 30 cents here, shorted, did not like it, stopped out. And then 275 again, I started scaling in. So this was a profit, dropped to like $1.5, popped back up, added more, dropped to $1.5, and that's it. So very like traded. Oh yeah, this was the third trade. That one, that was like shorted right here, then added more at 275, scaled out, pulled back, added more, and stopped out break even. So yeah, try to capture those small moves. No major move except for the one on Nvidia. So currently, I think that 274 is, guys, this is like a very strong level. 274, and it has been a strong level on a 30-minute chart as well. So I was thinking 274 is gonna break because 274 it dropped and it dropped below 274 again. And I think if it breaks 274, that is an inflection point. It has a long way to go to the downside. So I think 270 and 265 would be the possibility. And 275 is, I'm gonna take one more time. I'm gonna take one more time shorting 275. Let's see if it has that juice to drop. It is, see that like it drops below. Now there is like, let's see if it has a juice to drop. Because I'm trading in a like it showcases a volume, but I want to see the break of 274. And it could easily bounce the VWAP. It could easily, but 275, my area of shorting is 275 and look for a break of 274. And if it breaks 274, that's what I want to do, to be honest. Boom! Love you, man. What a quality cover. Give me a chance to cover. Okay. Covered some. Boom, boom. Let's see if it breaks 274. I want to see it break at 274. Come on. I want to see that 274 break. And if that breaks 274, guys, I think we're going to be in a very good move to the downside. Let's see if I want to see break of 274. Come on, Tesla. Be that girl. So I'm watching the tape, Hussein. I'm watching the tape very closely that, if I'm taking a short trade, and if the short trade is like the sellers are not taking over, then I just don't like it and I try to cut it. Even before my stop loss. My technicals, I do have a technical stop loss in mind. Like in this case, 275, I was looking for either 275, 272, 275.20. That would be my stop loss. And if the stock doesn't go in my favor very quickly, then see, now it's coming back. That 274 is, they keep buying at 274, which is, you know, I don't blame them because 274 is a buyer. But if it flushes below 274, we're gonna be in the game. And I like a lot of people would wait for it to break out at 274, and a lot of people like to trade at the breakout. I like to trade before the breakout. And you usually you'll see, like you will see me cutting on the position and then stopping out break even multiple times. But if that position works out in my favor, the risk reward is exponential. And I like trading that because I have an edge of reading the tape. And this could come back again and stop me out at break even. You know, I can't do anything about it. So but if it breaks the 274, what you're anticipating is it that it breaks that level of 274. If it doesn't, then I'll come and stop out, let it stop me out at break even. Come on, break. You have that. Come on. I think it's been bought back up every single time it goes to 274. But I want one flush, like one slam on the bids that just blows out the 274. And if that happens, we're gonna be in the game. Come on, one more flash to the downside. Come on. You're already at 274.20. One more flush. You're already selling. Slam the bids, man. Slam the bids. Slam the bids. Somebody slam the bids. Come on. This is the time for you. Nobody's slamming the bids here. And it is trying to hold. Somebody slam the bids now here. I want to see somebody slam the bids. Come on, slam one more. Yeah, taking some off, guys. It's not slamming. Like, I want to see somebody slam here. If somebody doesn't slam here, it's like the chances are it again comes back to 275, ranges around 275. It's yeah, so the yeah, now it's coming back up. So somebody bought again. And I'm gonna be stopped out break even. Yeah. Yeah, that again lost it. Maybe that was a trap. I think it's gonna that bounce of volume, I just don't like it, to be honest. Yeah, I got out, guys, at break even. I have to manage my risk because that volume came in very quickly, and yeah, don't have conviction anymore. Yeah, I'm more of a like I like to anticipate the breakout before that happens. You know what? I think I want to try one more time on Tesla. Let's see if it gives me something to short. Let's see if it has a chance. Oh man. I'm short one more time, guys. One more time short. Yeah, I know it's a long, but I'm trying to see if it traps a lot of people who are long. Let's see. Not a real seller stepping in right now. I think I see more. I want to see some real seller stepping in. Yeah, the buyer actually stepped in. Come on, this time break, Tesla. If you break 274, I would love you. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, again, it's. It's very jumpy. I don't like when it's that jumpy. And I'm thinking of getting out. I know it's very jumpy. It's like jumping up and down a lot. See, like it jumps around so much, like 50, 20, 25 cents, it's jumping. Maybe it's my yeah, I think it's gonna pop now. All out, all out of Tesla. Yeah, 274 is a still very good strong buyer. Yeah, this is what you call as a chop. Like you're trying to short the resistance, you're trying to buy at the support, and it's difficult to trade. Like when you're trying to trade, but I usually don't get in until I want to capture a breakout of that level. And in this case, I was looking for a 274 breakout to the downside. And that's why I'm more biased towards this thing. If it pops up above 275 and the SPY is going up too, yeah, it's a tight range. But if that, nah, I'm not gonna look. I'm not long biased, and that's the game. Like that's the reason of me going short. I'm short biased and long biased. Like, yeah, I know the market is going up and this thing, but I know the meat of the move is on the short side if that works out in my favor. If that 274 breaks, I can easily find 270, and uh that would make my day. And I still see that seller at 275. The buyer is not able to lift that. And let's see if it gives me another chance to short, to be honest. 275 is that. Yeah, now it's 275 again rejected. The buyers will try to buy or not, we don't know. But I think it's looking weak now. Buyers trying to buy. So things are moving up. SPY is strong. 275. Will it break 275? Okay, it broke 275. So Nvidia is breaking out. So 275 is trying to hold. Yeah, 275 is trying to hold now. So I think it's gonna break out to the upside. If it doesn't, then it might be a good chance to short again, but I think it's gonna break out. So Tesla broke out. Now let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, so no area to get for me to get back in. So this is the place where if it comes below 275 again, then you might think about it. So it rejected, but let's see if it holds, still holds 275. Yeah, no reason to short this thing. What else? Tesla, 2-1 to go, but so Frank, I'm watching for the time and sales, that the order flow that is going on right now. I'm watching that. And if there is big orders, like I don't know if, yeah, if you see big orders like these 276, there are big orders that are trying to hold, then I like to, like, that catches my attention. These are like orders that are not filled, but I usually am very focused on watching the time and sales. So time and sales provides you a lot of information. Okay, shorting one more time. Shorting one more time, 275. Let's see if it has a chance for a momentum to go down. This would be my last trade. If this doesn't work out, then I won't touch it. I've touched it enough. It is holding, so it's not rejecting. So chances are I'm gonna, now it's somebody slammed it. So let's see if it has that continuation on the momentum on the downside. They're still buying. They're still buying. Yeah, I'm going against that trend, everything. I deserve to get stopped out here. Okay, stopped out, guys. I gave back my profits. Back to zero. $21. Yesterday was very similar, but I had a very good trade that made my week. Last night, sorry, last evening was on PLTR. I think this was the trade that this was the trade I shot at PLTR from 130 and scaled out to 112. So this made my week last evening. I was talking about PLTR trade. So last 2 days I've been negative. Today is break even. Yesterday was negative, but that post-market trade made my week on it. So overall positive on the week, but not happy with the way it's been struggling. Like I've been struggling in this market. What is Apple doing? Oh, Apple held really nice. Yeah, I think so. Big wrestler, I think sometimes that's an indication to just stop trading. And one thing I've been not been doing good uh is just has a pressure to come back at 11 to 12 and keep trading. I think that's the pressure that I'm feeling, and I feel like if I'm on the thing I need to trade, but my edge usually lies between 9:30 and 11. My edge is like the tape things get choppy. That's the choppiness of the market, and now it's coming back again. It tried to stop and then Should I take another shot, guys? Should I take another shot on Tesla? Or should I just call it as a break-even day? Kuldeep Hada. Uh, no, yeah, it's way too choppy. Yeah, Tesla is a long if it's this is not a short anymore. This 274 held so much and I'm trying to fight that 274. Like this is a clear indication that you know what, I'm a buyer, do not short me. But I feel that 274 breakout is coming on the downside. Maybe it doesn't come today, but it comes tomorrow because it deserves for the break of 274. Okay, shorting one more time, guys. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm shorting one more time. 275. Yeah, no momentum on the downside, guys. Let's see if it breaks the 275 on the downside. There is no momentum. Like every single dip is being bought back up. But what I'm trying to see is like if it's a trap, somebody will slam the bids and it would very quickly go down. That's what I'm trying to capture, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, it is still holding. Ah, yeah, this is a place where people would start buying. Yeah, I don't personally like this trade. Yeah, I'm getting out, guys. I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Ah, the second I got out, it's completely popped up. Holy crap, 1 second. I did not get out completely. Fuck. Shit, I did not get out completely, guys. Now I got out completely. I don't know why did I not get out completely. Yeah, And looking back, this is not a short. Like, look at this. I don't know what I'm doing. So 275, this is a price action right here. 274, 275. It broke out of 275 right here. This is literally I'm shorting at the support. Literally shorting at the support. And this is what I preach of not doing it. This is the area where people would be buying, not shorting. Like, I'm an idiot for shorting that thing. Yeah, Hussein, I think, yeah. And this is the time where I need to make some kind of a very strict rule of not trading. Like, I make money in the open and then give back in the 11 to 12 time frame. Yesterday happened. Yesterday was a bad. Yesterday was even worse. Yesterday I was like was up on the day and then gave back and even ended up in a loss. Uh, Today was gave back, and now I'm down too. Now I'm again down, but I'm not that bad down. Yes, like yesterday. But it's just now see this rejection. That sometimes things don't come yet. Now you see it. Now I want to see like maybe it's the uh maybe it's the this thing. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna touch it until and unless it comes below 275. This is like this is insane that I preach about not shorting at the support and I do the exact same thing. So yeah, what else is happening? Now today is not a love you Tesla day. Like I haven't lost overall in Tesla. Like I'm break even on Tesla because I made money on this. But yeah, today is not one of those days. Yeah, PLTR was a mess. PLTR was, man, HEMS was the trade of the day. People who caught HEMS, hats off to you. What a move at the open. What a move at the open. Yeah, I already took a lot of trades today. So it's been very, so one, two. So I use Benzinga. Oh, very nice, Raman. Very nice. So the reason I'm not going long on Tesla because I'm not biased on the long side. I like to trade my bias. And I think that Tesla could go long as much as it wants to, but I'm not long biased. I was thinking that the way it sold off yesterday and today, the way it was gapped down, I am more short biased on Tesla. Like the way it did 275, 276 area would be a short and then actually goes to 270. That's what I'm more like. If I'm going long, I'm going completely against the trend of, seller resistance at 275, 276, then again 277, and then all these moving averages which are trending on the downside. So I don't like, this can easily pop up, but I do not like going on the short side because that's not my plan. And as far as I'm sticking to the plan, I'm okay getting stopped out over and over again because it's just a matter of time. This like these trades, like when I shot here, it worked out like these works out really nice. These are like $1 drop right here. This is a $1.50 drop. This is a close to a $1 drop. And when these things happen, they are very, and if this would have dropped 274, if, and that's where you catch the real move. And I've been talking about this for a long time now. Now there is a big seller again. Somebody slammed it. Now see this? Now if I was long here, I would have been, because the more meat of the move is more on the short side than on a long side. Now some news came in, somebody did not like anything. But now should I, and this usually when this news hits in, you don't get a good pullback to short it again. See this? This is now maybe it goes to 274 again. Yeah, there was some news to it. I don't know what the news is. I don't have a Benzinga on. No, I'm not shorting Nvidia either. I'm not, I was thinking more of a short on Tesla, but now it's too extended for me to get in. So I want a pullback for me to get in, and it might not give me one. I think it's gonna break to the downside without a pullback. Yeah. Yeah, it never gave me that pullback. I think the sellers are taking over. Now it goes below 274. Yeah, and sometimes you have to like let the stock do what its thing, because it did not give me a good pullback for me to manage my risk. Like if I short here, where is my risk? Like my risk would be anything above 275.20. And I think institutions or algorithms use that to their advantage because you drops like that, either you get in around this area at 270.40, but trying to get into the middle of the range, it's like difficult to manage your risk. Yeah, Hussein, I do review my trades. Like I used to do an extensive trade reviews before, but this time, like I usually just have the log and see what were the mistakes and what can I learn from them, or what were some big picture ideas that worked out really nice and I missed it. Like yesterday, I had a big picture idea to short Apple, but I missed it. So I had to document it so that I don't miss it again. Yeah, Tesla is gonna break 274, guys. And the question is, will it give me a pullback to short or will it just sell off? I think the chances are it sells off. Yeah, man, this is now dropping. And that's the whole reason I was biased on the short side, The chances of it moving on the short down is much higher than going on the long side. Yeah, 274 was bought back up again. Tesla, I do not like you anymore. It did not even give me a decent pullback to short it. And this is, I don't want to chase it either. This is like it's exactly at the support of 274. You're gonna see a lot of fight happening between the buyers and the sellers. And then if it loses, then it would be it could easily flush to the low of the day and 270. Somebody bought again at 274. See that buyer, guys? Like that buyer is so stubborn. And it has that 274 as that level that it just doesn't let it break that. But when it breaks, the buyer will be trapped. The buyer will have to get out. And if the sellers dominate, that would usually lead to a flush to the downside. But it's a stubborn buyer. You just have to wait until that breaks happen. Yeah, PLTR. What is PLTR doing? PLTR is actually, yeah, this is exactly what Andrew was talking about. He's not anticipating on the full move to the upside reversal, but I think this was the area where it topped out and now it's selling off again. And usually day one, it is like this is a sell off. I think day two, I think comes back to 100 100 or 97.50 something area. I was looking today, it would go to 108 and 105. 105 never went there. But actually, more of a, I think PLTR was the trade of the day. I was stuck in Tesla. I did not capture the PLTR. Yeah, Tesla is gonna break 274. Now it broke. Now it's gonna flush. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna flush. See that? All the buyers get trapped, and now this is gonna flush to downside. Man, I'm just very disappointed that I'm not in it. And this was the plan that I had for all the shorts that I did. And now it's working out. But end of the day, you want to question yourself that was your plan justified? When I'm in my playbook today, I wouldn't be like disappointed with the trade I was taking because my plan was, I think, was justified, and the meat of the move is more on the downside now. And now it can actually go to the low of the day, 270. See that flush happening, guys? Very quickly, all the buyers are trapped now. These are gonna sell. Anybody take that short? Yeah, very nice. Orange, Eric, Kuldeep, very nice. You guys are much better than me. I was like, just because you tried to stop out multiple times, you tend to be questioning yourself on the number of times you've gotten stopped out, and then you tend to hesitate when the things show up. I think that's what happened to me. And also there's a pressure of, showcasing live in front of everybody. Like you wanna do the right thing, you know. Yeah, I think it goes to the low of the day, guys, now. Yes, Hussein. I like to go, I wouldn't say heavy as in like I would go tier one size based on what my initial position is. The more it confirms, the more it gives me a conviction. I keep adding more. If I'm very sure at this stage, then I'll go like tier two position on the trade, like the first entry. But usually it's my tier one size that I go on the first entry, unless I'm very confident. And that was a mess on Tesla. Yeah, if I gotten an entry here, somewhere here, this move, I would have covered some at 274. This pullback, I would have added for a move to the downside. That's how I would have traded. And I did that exact same thing right here. At this point, when I went long, sorry, short, added more, scaled out right here, 274, added at this thing, and for a break to the downside. But again, it was bought back up and stopped me out at break even. So nice plan, but bad execution. Yeah, tape was always telling me it was weak. But like one burst on the upside or the downside, you don't know what that burst is gonna come or not. That usually stops you out. But tape was always telling me it was weak. And that's why I was short too. Like even at the up this move, I was thinking it was weak. What is Nvidia doing? Oh, Nvidia is holding that 11250 area. So Nvidia is strong. What is this level? 11250 area. Okay. Yeah, Tesla is gonna go to 270. Yeah, I need to do something about why am I struggling this much. I need to cut off the number of trades too. I'm over trading, to be honest. When I have a thesis, I tend to try multiple times. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times I traded the 275, and out of that, 3 were stopped out, 3 were profitable. So yeah, I think it's gonna go to and I'm not in it. So it goes to 270, and if the SPY sells off from here too, so it goes to 270. Oh, okay. I think it's already close to the hour. Let's wrap for the day, guys. Have a great rest of the day, and see you guys tomorrow.